deals behind closed doors, promises broken. Inner income source, hidden agendas run the grand parade. In the circus, choose a masquerade. Believe me, I wouldn't lie. I've been given money, power, and fame to keep you in line. Television screens bright and loud, sell you dreams, make you proud. Pop the bubble, see the cage you're in. Start the revolution, let the truth begin. Welcome to the chaos.
Welcome to the show this evening, and let's first address my hair. We're trying. Okay, so what happened was Steven planned a date, and it was
She got swamp ass.
Yeah, it's like swampy and stuff. So like mosquito bites, let's see what else. Mosquito bites, humidity, nastiness. I literally stepped in shit. This was a wonderful date. I think this is like the first one
First date
planned that I can remember in like 20 years. I don't know. It's like, it
and
is.
he just randomly wanted to take you to a swamp.
Well, I said I got into a fight with him. Like, we haven't gone anywhere in like 5 years, like outside of like, family, kids and stuff, like alone. And I'm like, we should do something. And then he's like, whatever you want. And I sent him memes about how when guys say, let's do whatever you want, it's like terrible because women they want like someone to plan something and show effort. And then like they just show up, So he's like, fine. So he planned it. And it turns out it wasn't planned very well. And yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Well, did he like it though? Did he have a good time?
No, he did not. But I think he was expecting to not have fun.
What? Wait. Okay. The reason why I was asking is because maybe he expected it was gonna be better, and it didn't quite turn out like how he wanted. But now you're making it sound like he just didn't give a shit. He knew he wasn't gonna have fun. So why drag you along to it?
Well, because like that was the whole point, like me giving him a hard time for like, hey, you should do something. We should hang out.
Okay, so it's smart then. It's like now he knows that for the next 5 years you won't want to go on a date. That's cool.
Yeah. So not cool, very uncool. Like, because you would think that if you have been with someone for like a million years, you would know their idea of fun is not let's go to like a dive bar in a swamp.
Well, no, I would think that if you're with somebody for a million years and then she has an argument with you because for years you didn't take her out anywhere, that if he then decided to take you to the middle of a swamp somewhere, it was going to be so that he could get rid of you.
Well, I mean, yeah, it did end with me running as fast as I could away from like, I don't know what kind of bugs were chasing me to the car and then stepping in shit on the way there. So it was beautiful. It was a wonderful time. We ate some disgusting, greasy food. I got really bad stomach cramps and nausea. It was terrible.
Why can't you say stomach cramps instead of that you got the shits? It was your shit you stood in.
Well, I actually have not gone to the bathroom. I think I am bloated and gonna die. It is what it is. So, but I mean, that's romance for you. Modern romance. That's what it's like. And then like on the way home, I was like, did you ever like learn how to take a girl on a date? And then he's like, what do you mean? He's like, I wasn't allowed to date because that's a sin. And I'm like, okay, so like no talks about like how to like be on a date, open a car door, plan ahead, nothing like that. And he's like, no. He's like, no, you don't have to do that. You just marry them and then you're done. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So like can you explain to him like what a date is? Because I feel like culturally he doesn't understand.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Your
No.
your idea of dates are weird though.
A restaurant is weird.
Well, no, it's okay. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll talk to him and then we'll see what you say afterwards. Because I know you always find a way of complaining about shit.
Well, it is what it is. Anyways.
I mean, I wouldn't take a girl to a swamp unless I never wanted to see her again. So maybe he's sending you a message.
I think so. I mean, I definitely think so. It was like, yeah, it is what it is. Anyways.
God, I love Steve.
Well,
What the fuck was he thinking?
Look, I remember when we first met, he was like, oh, I could take you. He actually, this is like a literal thing. He said, we'll go to this. There's an art exhibit at the gardens, whatever. There's like some local gardens and they have an art exhibit where they light up the art. They're like glass pieces of art. I don't know. So it looks cool at night and you walk around the garden. And then he just never took me. And then he's like, no, actually, I got a coupon for this shitty Thai restaurant. It's like, why don't we meet there and just have that?
Do you know what's hilarious? When you talk about what women need to look for in a guy and how they need to avoid these brokies who just don't know what the fuck they're doing, and you married guys you warn women against.
Because
What?
I know. Because I'm speaking from experience. It's like,
I love Steve. I think you two are great together. But like, why don't you just, instead of telling women to go for these like guys, just say like, no, find this diamond in the rough dude who you'll stick around with for 20 years. He'll give you kids and you'll have a great time with. And then one day he'll just randomly take you to a fucking swamp where you're gonna get eaten alive by mosquitoes and get the shits from some dodgy restaurant.
I mean, look, I have realized that I cannot give advice to women on dating. It took me a while to finally come to terms with that, but I realized what I say is probably going to be shitty advice because the only reason why I put up with him, let's be honest, it's because he's really, really cute to me.
He's really, really what?
He's cute. I think he's cute. That's pretty much it, which is that's like a terrible thing. He's very nice and kind and whatever, all that stuff. But like, I just think he's hot. And that's not a good value system, I feel. I feel like, I don't know. It should be a little bit, I don't know. But then do you want to be like if you were a girl, would you want to be with someone who you thought was like not attractive, but they did all the right things?
I'm genuinely worried for your relationship right now. Why the fuck are you talking about him like this? That's your husband.
No, I'm not saying anything bad about him.
He's good. The only thing, hang on a second. If I was talking to Steve and I was like, what do you like about your wife? And he was like, well, she's cute. So nothing else? No. That's it.
Damon. No, he would literally say that. And let me tell you why. I
don't think he would.
No, you don't understand. He said, oh, I wrote down a list of everything I wanted in my perfect woman, my wife. And then I'm like, and he's like, and I got exactly what I wanted. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. What did you say about my personality? And he's like, I didn't write anything about personality.
I was there for that conversation. That I know that. And I know he said a lot of things.
Exactly.
And those
This
things
is
were good.
true.
But the thing, there's more than one thing. Your thing is he's cute. That's it. That's it. He feeds you all the time. You would die if he wasn't there. He
I eat
keeps you
myself
alive.
during the week.
He keeps you alive.
Eat.
You've got a rich mom who, as far as I know, hasn't given you any money, so he keeps he pays for shit.
Yeah, can you believe this shit?
What?
Nothing. Because it goes to the boy or some crap, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Well,
It is what it is.
how many brothers do you have?
One.
Do you like him?
Yeah, of course.
Do you like the money more or him?
No, I like him more. He's very sweet.
Oh, okay.
Men don't need her to have a good personality, just not a bad one. See, this is it. Yeah. I guarantee he didn't write anything about a personality on there still. Like literally, he's just like, oh, the fact that you're nice and a decent person is bonus.
Yeah, that's the problem with women though. That's not the problem with the guys. It's the problem with the women.
Why?
You guys don't think about developing a good personality unless you're ugly, and you have to.
It is what it is. Well, I mean, I did have to develop a little bit of a personality because I really wasn't cute.
I know, because you're not that good looking, but I'm talking
Shut up.
about like hot girls.
Well, anyways, so today we're going to talk about, in a very respectful, YouTube safe manner, we're going to be talking about how wokeness has turned the culture very anti-woke in such an extreme way that we are seeing a rise in anti-Semitism, racism, just complete chaos in American culture. Like the younger kids their little brains broke from all the wokeness, and they're just, of course, because we can never have anything very nicely in the middle. Nothing can ever be like just perfectly centered, not to this, not to that, just like very balanced. No. We as a society, we go hard and we go all the way in one direction and we villainize the other direction because that's the only way we know how to do it, apparently. So, do you know of a streamer? Hold on, let me show you this. That his name is Destiny. This one. Yes. Okay. So, as some of you may know, and I will explain it to you if you do not, he is a very woke, beta type, a little queer, a little.
No, fully queer.
Well, no, because he had a wife, so it's not fully.
Oh, come on. That doesn't prove anything.
Well, anyways, he is the epitome of like wokeness and like the height of wokeness. He believes in, I don't know, I don't really know much. What the fuck am I saying? I don't know much about him other than he says some crazy ass shit, and he's always the one who like gives like the woke side of things in a debate, and he talks very, very fast. Oh, and our little buddy Jake just debated him. So I should probably.
Yeah, Jake's debated him twice.
Yeah, and he just recently did it again. So I should see if where the hell is it? Oh, here we go. 5 days ago. Maybe this is it. Okay. Hold on. I think I have to do it again. All right. This one? No, this one. Okay. So the video is terrible. But this is Jake's. And
Why? Why is the video terrible?
after 4 years, if there's no immigration legislation, you would consider that his stance
I
was a failure.
I would say that this
Okay,
would
I'm
be
good
a
with that. I'm
failure
happy
for
with
sure.
that. Okay,
but
cool.
wouldn't we agree that under Joe Biden, allowing especially the numbers that we see from Joe Biden, would you say that his policies when it came to the border is also a failure?
Wait, I think that he could have done better at the border for sure.
Okay, so you would say that you could have done better, but you would consider it.
But there were like
success?
50 million
Middle?
other things that he was
What
handling
would
in the
it
country
be?
at that point in time.
Yeah,
I would
but
say that
I'm
I would
strictly
say
just
that
talking about the border.
he could do better. Donald Trump
Is
is
it a
not
failure or is it
succeeded.
not?
No, I'm not going to say he's
Okay,
it's failed at the
so
border.
then at
No.
that point, we can't really agree, especially when it comes to Biden, especially allowing 5 million people into the border. And if you look at other administrations, it was nowhere near those numbers, bro. It was nowhere near those numbers. Not from Barack Obama, not from the previous administration of Donald Trump.
Okay. This is an issue that we don't care about. We just don't care about. You don't care about it. No, like nobody in other provinces care about it. It's a talking point you put up, just like how in the 4 years before Donald Trump, and the 4 years after Donald Trump and Biden, it was always like, there's the new caravan that's coming to the border. Here's the new
that was true. There was caravans.
Yeah,
coming
where
to the
are
border.
they?
Yes.
Where are all the caravans?
Yeah,
What happened?
You didn't watch the news of the caravans going to the southern border?
Where did they go? What happened?
It's crazy to me
Where
how
did they
Destiny
go?
just wants to ignore it.
Did they all
Where
come
did
in
they
and
go?
blow
There's
everything
no
up? Like, what's
caravans.
happening?
I'm just going to ignore them and pretend that they don't exist.
It's crazy that all of these illegals were supposed to come in. They were supposed to be overwhelming all the welfare status and everything else, but they started raiding Home Depots to kick them out of their jobs. It's crazy that they're supposed to destroy the United States, but somehow they go to a place like California that is the most prosperous economy in the entire United States. You know, like, yeah, I'm just saying, it's crazy to me. Here's a question: if legal immigrants are so dispersed in the United States, why wouldn't Donald Trump sit and watch California fall apart? Why is he sending ICE to go do galloping horses? I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy. Point of agreement. I'm happy. So you're.
God knows what the hell they were just saying.
What fucking speed was that on?
That was normal speed. You can't.
No, it
you
wasn't.
can't put. You
That
can't,
was
no,
not.
You literally cannot speed up Destiny, or it just the sound no longer is of this world when you do that. So,
I don't know why Jake does this to himself.
what? Sit and talk to
Like,
this guy?
I mean, he talked that this was after the first time. Like, he went up against him the first time, and he kind of like he got some viral clips of it. He embarrassed him a bit, and he did great. I was like, leave it, man. What, like? But then he was like, he's gonna go do it again. So obviously, I understand, like, you know, it's like it's work, but like, God, I would not want to talk to that fucker more than once.
Well, I mean, it's good for his promotion and stuff like that, and his channel and whatever. Simperius, please be quiet. Control yourself. So,
you tell us.
anyways,
I'm happy. So you're saying
it's starting. It's starting again. Anyways, so that guy is who I'm talking about here, right? And he's super liberal. He believes in whatever the Democrats believe in. At this point,
Gay
like,
shit.
yeah, whatever. Like,
Just
all
gay.
that.
Just gay.
Sure.
Getting pegged, eating cum out of his
Okay. But
wife's
that's Diddy shit. I
vagina
don't know
from
how.
other dudes.
Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's.
Didn't he talk about that?
God, I hope not.
Yeah, I think he talked about like going down on her after some other dudes came in her.
Jesus. This is just like insane.
Why would you admit that unless like you're out and proud?
Yes. Well, he's a former carpet cleaner turned full-time streamer, and this is what he talks about. So, I
Looks
mean,
like he still cleans carpet.
yikes. Look, I can not.
Do you know what I
confirm
mean,
or
Kat?
deny.
After other dudes jizz on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thought. Anyway, so this guy.
I told Jake to buy him a butt plug because he was talking about how he wears butt plugs. I was like, Jake, just buy him a butt plug, dude. Just like give it to him when you go to the debate thing. I was like, just show him that like you're an ally.
Oh my God.
I don't know if he did. I need to ask him. I was
Oh,
like, dude, it'd be so good. Just like go do that.
Remember when we read the text of that got leaked of him talking about how he's wearing his ex-wife's butt plug?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And you're like, he's a little bit. No, he ain't a little bit. He's fully gay.
I mean, it's not a good look, I'll give you that. So anyways, so this
Homophobe.
guy, stop. So this guy, his son, he was previously married and then divorced.
Which guy's son?
Destiny.
It ain't Destiny's son.
What do you mean it's not Destiny's son? With his first girlfriend ever. What do you mean it's not?
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so his first
I mean,
wife.
she was fucking loads of other dudes.
No, this
So,
is not that wife. That's the second wife. That's Melina. The first one, I forgot her name. But the first wife, he had a son with. They were like, I guess, high school sweethearts or whatever. They tried to make it work. It didn't work. So they broke up. And he actually, I don't know where Destiny is from, but this is all allegedly. And
from the
this
Shire.
Huh?
I said he's from the Shire.
Oh, gosh. So this is all allegedly and from the internet. So I don't know what's true and what's not true. But supposedly wherever the hell Destiny is from, I don't know where it is. I can't really remember. He had a son there and he decided he was going to leave and go, I guess, travel around. And that's where he met his second wife. And then he got married.
Wait, he left his son. He just ducked out on his son.
Well, apparently he pays child support, but he left the state where
because he's white.
Oh God, technically. So he does pay child support. He left the state where his son lives, which if you have kids, you would understand you do not have a good relationship if you leave the state. Are you coming? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Steven's going to eat first. Anyways, so he left, he got his new wife, and then they moved to, I believe, Miami, which is crazy. So they moved to Miami, and then his son hardly sees him. So there's like a rift over there. And apparently, allegedly, according to the internet, so it could be a lie. I'm not going to go check. I'm not going to fact check. This is a stream. We don't do that.
Do your homework. Yeah.
We don't need to be fact checking. So apparently on some stream, he said that he wished he, fetus deleted his son and all this really like horrible shit. We don't know if that's true, but allegedly that's what he said. And that he is very mean when it comes to talking about his kid and his ex-wife, or I don't know if they were married. Maybe it was an ex-girlfriend, whatever. And that there were some memes going around, it's like 6 years ago, about him abandoning his son. And that was very popular for a while. Anyways, and then a month ago-ish, this is according to the Western Journal, which I've never heard of, some internet garbage publication. Let's show you. The Western Journal, far left socialist influencer, which is Destiny, forced to block his own son on social media. This is a month ago. So let's see. Basically, his son has turned apparently MAGA, super MAGA, super anti-woke, super like, oof. Can I even
when
say
your
this?
dad's a gay embarrassment, talking about how he just eats snowballs out of his wife and
I don't
just
know
like
what
wears butt plugs and all kinds of shit like that. Like obviously that's what you're gonna do. Just do a 180.
So anyway, so here's something. He retweeted, this is his son. It's at Faceless Gospel on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And he retweeted someone that says World War III and we don't even get Hitler. Anyways. And then he wrote, give me 30 years. His son said that. And then, I mean, you guys read this shit, right? Like, do I have to say this out loud? Can you guys read it? I don't want to say this.
Say it.
No, then I'll be like caught saying it. Here we go. And then somebody tweeted, or X'd, whatever you want to call it. What is blank doing to Gaza is the new, I won't say this word, let's make this very clear. And then he said it's true, so he's agreeing with this. And then he literally posted this picture, which kind of looks like him with this guy's face over him. And then it said he had daddy issues too. So like crazy. And apparently he got banned off of some other platform. Let's see something else. And there's stuff going around about how Destiny raised a white nationalist son. And like he posted like a screenshot of his dad blocking him on some other platform. And then he recently blocked him on X as well. So, but basically he did not raise his son. He barely sees his son. Like once every couple months he goes over. Is that really raising? I don't think so. Let's see. I want to see if I could find. Okay. Do you know who Zerka is?
Yeah.
Okay. So Zerka is like this crazy cocaine rage bait, super anti-woke character, I would call him, who was on Fresh and Fit and all over the internet and whatever. He talks shit online. And he's also hung out with Destiny in the past and like done stuff together with him. Anyways, so he's hilarious. Destiny's son's been posting all this crazy stuff, which is similar to the crazy stuff that Zerka would post from time to time. So Zerka would comment on all the posts, basically saying "my son," which is hilarious. And then he got asked, his son, Destiny's son, was on a podcast recently, not a podcast, like a stream, and he was asked, "Do you find Zerka a father figure?" And he's like, "No, of course not," because he sounds like he's a pretty smart kid. He doesn't sound crazy. He's just having fun and joking around. He says that the stuff he says online, like on X, that he completely says, "This is how I feel," but I say it in a funny or like outrageous tone, you know, because you have to do that on the internet to get attention, I guess. But yeah, this is the future. This is what the super woke left has birthed. This is the new generation that is being born out of the woke. And I don't know if you guys have been on Twitter or even a little bit on Instagram and stuff like that, but it is near impossible to not see the most crazy, like completely anti-woke, far right, I would say, tweets that are just like super, like stuff and Simperius will say. Crazy shit that this guy will say. So anyway, so what do you think about what do you think about, first of all, Destiny's own child completely turning against all of his beliefs in such an extreme way?
I'm not surprised.
Really? I'm super surprised.
I mean, why? Destiny's a complete cunt. Of course people are gonna not want to. Why would you want to be related to that in any way?
I mean, okay, this is the son right here. Oh, he's 14. Interesting. So yeah, so now he's on the internet. Oh my God. Oh, some other messed up stuff happened for this poor kid. So anyways, you know how Destiny is a little queer?
Okay, why are you saying a little all the time?
I can't. Okay, fine. You know how he gets with dudes, right? Apparently he filmed himself going down on a dude, and the internet was posting it all over X because you can post.
So wait, Kat, you hang on a second. No, don't just gloss over that.
What?
You said this, which means that you knew this happened, and you say, you know how he's like a little queer?
Okay. So you know how like he's full blown queer. And he's
like queer is you go down on a dude and you blow a dude. Like a little queer is like maybe you've thought about doing that, right? But going down on a dude in reality, blowing him, and then filming it and then uploading it is like next level gay.
Well, he didn't upload it. It got leaked.
Yeah, sure.
But anyways, and it was, you couldn't see the person who he was doing this to. So it got like rumored that it was Nick Fuentes or something. But I freaking doubt it was. But you know how like the internet likes to trash people and do stuff like that. Anyways. So, oh, also Destiny's son loves Nick Fuentes and thinks he's like, he even said he's like, the guy asked him, do you think he's like a role model? And he said no to Zerka. Zerka is not a role model, but he said yes to Nick Fuentes, which is interesting.
Fuentes is getting a shit ton of love right now.
I know.
Like a lot.
I'm trying to find that. I don't know if you guys saw that clip. It's like how do you spell Gibby? Jibby. If you know what I'm talking about. Jibby.
Jibby is in what?
The type cartoon. Maybe that. Let's see. Okay. This one. Here we go. All right. This one was very cute. This is Nick, in case you guys didn't know. It's about him.
You just interviewed Nick Fuentes.
I did.
Or had a conversation with him. What did you think of that? What do you think of him?
My experience with Nick Fuentes is that he's a terrible person and a terrible human being.
But he is clearly part of a campaign to discredit non-crazy right voices.
I can confirm he's dishonest.
This child, this weird little gay kid in his basement in Chicago, young white men who've been totally cut out of our economy. I mean, they really are the victims and they're desperate and no one speaks for them. So they go to Fuentes because he's like incredibly articulate and they think he's our leader. But in one of the saddest ironies of all, like he's acting against your interests, actually.
But then when it comes to me, I'm one of the real disaffected white people. You want to talk about me and them? I am them. He says Nick Fuentes is leading all of the disaffected young white men. I am a disaffected young white man. I was a precocious, intelligent, young white college student who went to Boston University, who was pro-Trump and red-pilled by Trump and animated by Trump's message of America first. And I asked questions about Israel, and I was punished for it. I did it years before Tucker Carlson started talking about Israel last year. And I sacrificed, and I was targeted by the ADL, by the SPLC, by the federal government, by the conservative movement that both Candace and Tucker were a part of. He's lonely, he's weird, he lives in a basement. That's a lot of people because of the problems you claim to care about. Do you care about Klarna and people going into debt to order pizzas and home ownership being impossible? Or do you think that's a contemptible, low-status thing to be ridiculed and mocked? What is wrong with being from Chicago? What is wrong with being weird? What is wrong with living in your basement? I'm the inauthentic person. I am that person. I am a spokesman for the disaffected white man because I am one, and you two are not. My dad didn't even graduate college. My mother's father was a garbage man in Chicago, and he committed suicide. He was a veteran of World War II. Who's the CIA cutout? Who's the poser? Who is America? I am America. Chicago is America. That's an American story.
Oh my god. What? First of all, what is this channel? Aborted Baby's official song? What? Okay, Boomer. This is crazy. Anyways. Wait, why are we not? There we go. So anyways, that is Nick Fuentes. He did an interview with Candace. Did you see it? I don't know if you would be interested in that.
No, I've not seen that.
Okay, I saw the whole thing. You can watch it for free if you just search online. You don't have to pay. People have downloaded it everywhere. Oh, anyways, Candace was kind of, she seemed to like be nice to him, and then at the end she kind of attacked him, and he did not let it slide. Like, she said something, I forgot what it was, but Pearl went over it the other day. I forgot what it was, but she basically kind of like insulted him, or like, oh, because of marriage. That's right. So she was like, okay, you have all these conservative values, but you're not married. And then he was like, that's not fair for you to say. Like, he didn't let her push him into like a hole, and he attacked her. And he's like, that's easy for you to say. Like, you got into this after you met your husband, after you were married. I got into this when I was a kid. I lost my bank account. I lost, my reputation. I lost everything, my ability to make money, like all these things. And you had already had that stuff settled before this happened to you. So it's like, I understand that. Like, and he's like, and it would be irresponsible for me to bring a wife and kids into the situation that I have now in this, current world.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see how when conservative streamers were first beginning to get demonized and cancelled, there were so many people encouraging like all of the vitriol towards them. They were like demonized everywhere, and there was incredibly biased moderating on social media forums, especially things like Facebook, YouTube. So I know a couple of them who are not even that big when it came to that kind of conservative commentary, and they were getting like crazy amounts of death threats, and a couple of the universities that I've worked with, they'll have like debate sessions, and they'll have left-wing speakers, right-wing speakers, and a couple of them are members of the faculty who are quite well known in that circuit. And I know I'm kind of friendly with a couple of the left-wing speakers, and some of them have been on platforms like Piers Morgan's and stuff like that. And they're not even the crazy leftist lunatic liberals. They're kind of fairly normal, but they'll still attract some death threats from crazy people, from nutter people. And they won't even get as many death threats as what the right wing people will, but they'll get a few. They'll get like hate, not even like full on death threats, but just like harassment. And because they're female, and because they're overly sensitive, because they're liberal, they notified the police about it. The police literally came into their property, spent 2 hours talking to them about it, and were telling them what they're going to do, how they're going to look into it, how they're going to pass it on to their kind of the digital police squad, like, to kind of like try and trace it and find out who did it and blah, 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 and see where they can take it. And does she want to press charges? All this kind of shit. And this was after she got, within the course of 1 year, I think it was about 20. But then when a conservative colleague of mine went viral, within the space of 1 month, he got over 300 death threats, like full-on death threats, not like harassment, but death threats within the space of 1 month. Goes and tells the police about it. And they're basically like, what do you want us to do about it? What do you expect us to do?
Yeah.
So we know that there's this bias. And we know that the bias is like, it's not just the media. It's not just, elites with big platforms. It's not just social media. It's literally institutional. It's like when it comes to the legal system, the legal framework, and those people in charge of it and running it, they will not give a fuck if you're from one side. But if you're from the other side, they'll do everything. And it doesn't even matter which side is actually in charge. Like it's rooted within like the people who ascended to power in those frameworks. And that's something that you got to give credit to the left for, man. They were very, very, very talented and very, very well organized when it came to infiltrating those institutions. Like they've got a death grip on that shit. Look at what Trump had to do. Trump didn't even realize it his first term. Like what he did with Doge.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was already in place. That was already there. Like he just renamed it and he cleaned house. But when it was first set up, it was first set up with a whole bunch of like Silicon Valley bros who are like all crazy liberals. And they just filled it with a whole bunch of liberal people. They were working against Trump in his first institution, in his first term, but he didn't realize it. So when he went there the second time, that's when he was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of all these fucking bastards." And that's why they were all screeching and crying about it. But like, no, like when something's like when they've got something on lockdown that much, nobody can complain about it because they're all in league with each other. And even if there was a complaint, they're like, okay, there's going to be an investigation. Really? Yeah. From who? Well, we're going to investigate ourselves. Oh yeah, great. We trust you.
No, it was completely like the entire system was rigged against anyone who said anything, even if you were very liberal. If you said something that wasn't liberal enough, I think even Destiny at one point said something that wasn't liberal enough, and people on the left attacked him because it's like a very self-eating like virus. So
Well, yeah,
you have to be very careful.
There's that old phrase that like you can never be left enough for the left.
Yeah. But I also don't want it to go to the other way around where like everybody's like, okay, we're doing segregation. We're all gonna be in our own little villages. Let's just see what happens. Because you heard that in the US they're making communities that are white only now. And the guy who's
like I don't think that's a pendulum shift. I think that's exactly what the left wanted. Like the left did that.
Separate everyone?
Yeah. Like let's not forget, it was liberals on campus that segregated blacks. They were the ones who said we want our own space. Like we want like a black only residences, black only spaces, black only rooms. We want a day like where it's going to be like a day for people of color. We don't want white people showing up that day. And dude, it's like, okay, fine. So we'll just make our own space then. We'll go and do our own thing. If that's what you want. You can't say we want spaces for like, you know, for the minority groups.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? It means we want spaces for everybody other than Whitey. So then when Whitey goes off somewhere else, you're going to be like, oh, we know what's going to happen. Let's fast forward 10 years from now. Okay.
So wait. So you think the whole reason why they did the segregation part, like to uplift the minorities, was to eventually segregate themselves from them?
Yeah, they wanted to just get rid of white people. That's all it was. But it's an excuse.
Oh, I thought you were saying like because it was for white people to eventually segregate themselves from the minorities.
Well, yeah, it's like that. Okay, look, we know from history that the left were never brave. Everything they do like in that cowardly way, right? And that's the mark of like Marxism, socialist strategy. If you look at it, everything is done in a way that it's either done in a way of like being disguised as compassion, or it's done in a way where it's like, we're going to make you, it's very manipulative in a way that it's like, we're going to make our enemies do what we want them to do, but we're going to make it seem like they think it's their idea. Okay. So like the establishment of the ghettos, right? Running down black communities, separating black families, you know, making them vote in their own worst interest. But they made it seem like it was their own idea because they made them feel terrified of the police. They started saying that the police were awfully racist. They started saying that the deck is stacked against you. Everybody hates you, right? Like, why do you want to coexist with these people? Like, you know, why you know, making them, filling their minds with fear and hatred and aggression and anger and all this kind of shit, until they started voting in a way that basically just made them more and more and more alienated from society, until they needed the government fully involved in their life, basically running shit, controlling them in every way possible. And if you look at look at feminism, look at how feminism was established the exact same way. You know, fill these women's mind with fear and hatred, polarize women from men, and then basically say, like, look, you want to do this, you want to get out in the workplace and do this shit. Like, think about how stupid you have to be to fall for somebody pressing this idea on you that, like, in a world where everything is provided for you, right? Oh, go out and work and earn your own shit. You guys had it so fucking cushy. And all of a sudden, you allowed yourselves to be convinced by a couple of ugly women that, yeah, we should go out and vote. No, it was only the ugly women that bought into this because they were afraid that they might not marry rich, or they might not be able to marry a man.
I thought it was the women that were like already too old to get married.
No, they weren't that old. It was just women who had no prospects, really. But this is, I think, if you look at what's been happening with liberals on campus, this is basically the same shit. They're like, it's always the people who don't have good prospects, the people who don't have the likelihood or the potential for a good life, right? Either they fucked up because they wasted their time when they were getting educated, or they went and chose some dumb fucking liberal arts degree, something like that. They fucked around. They know that they're not going to really accomplish anything in life. They're just gay, confused, weird, outcasts, whatever. And they know that they're not going to amount to much. And they're full of hatred and jealousy of people who they know are going to be a lot better than them in life. And predominantly, those people who tend to be more successful and who tend to be doing better in life than them, instead of looking at all of those factors that come into it, they're only going to see what identity politics made them look at, which is, well, they're straight though, right? So they have that privilege and they're not being oppressed in the same way that, like, whatever gay community they come from is, or they'll think they're white, right? And sometimes it isn't even that they're white. They could be mixed race, but it's like, as long as you got one parent who's white, they're like, yeah, you get that white privilege because of that. So they'll hate them for the reasons that the media told them to hate them for. So immediately they'll think, well, this is why the deck was stacked against me, because they're going to think either it's because they're gay or it's because they're a certain color. There's something that's not straight white male, right? And then they'll pick that as the reason to hate these other people. And then they're going to say, well, we need to, like, team up. The easiest way to do it without appearing racist is to say, oh, well, we need to have, like, a space for people who are marginalized, or a space for people who are minorities, or a space for people who are kind of, like, not represented normally. Okay, well, who are those people? Basically, everybody who's not straight and white. And sometimes everybody who's not straight, white, and male. So you can be, like, obviously the typical cliched liberal white woman, but as long as you've not got a dick, then you can join them as well. Which is why some of the most hateful fucking bitches out there are liberal white women.
Oh, can I tell you a story about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When I was younger, I did not grow up with the whites. I grew up with the blacks and then the Hispanics. And the Hispanics, of course, have some whites and blacks and browns and purples, whatever, you know, like it's all the colors. But anyways, when we had to do, I think I might have told you, I don't remember. We had to do some like event and we had to be judged by a group of white women. It was like the first time that any of us were really around white women that were like really white, not like Latin white, but like white. And we were speaking English. We were just talking. We were doing some like a speech presentation or whatever, a debate thing. And when we were finished, all they would say about it is, and they would talk really loud, like we were like mentally retarded or something. And they'd be like, wow, guys, we really understood every word you said. That is so amazing. You're doing so much better at English. I could almost understand most of what you guys said. Yeah, great job. And we're just like, none of us spoke Spanish or any other language. It was just like the most freaking ridiculous shit I've ever heard. And we just looked at each other like, what the crap? And then I remember we were like at the pool, and it was like all of us at the pool, and some of the dudes in our group were like hot, and they look white because they pretty much are, because like Latin people are rainbow people, so they could be whatever color. So like our dudes were pretty hot, and they were buff, they were baseball players, and they were lounging at the pool, and some of the white girls saw them and they're like, ooh, that's nice. You want that. So then they started walking over to them, and then like they said, like, they're like, what's your names? And the guy said like Latin names, Hispanic names. And then they're like, ew, are you guys Spanish or something? And then they're like, yeah. They're like, ew, gross, disgusting. Don't look at us. And then they walked away. It was so weird. And
Where the fuck was this?
This was Orlando. This was Florida like 20, 30 years ago. It was so crazy. Anyways, and then the other thing was, some of the guys in their group, like regular white guys, they saw some of the girls like with us, and they were like really cute Latin girls, big booties, right? And they started hitting on them, and they knew they were Latin. They were totally fine with it. And you know who had a problem with it? The white girls. And they started like attacking the Latin girls, and the guys were like, look, you know, if you're hot, we don't care. If hot is hot. So I always found, because of that one isolated experience, and you know, you can't judge a whole people on one experience, blah, blah, blah. But I've always considered white women the top tier, most racist by far. And when I see them turning to woke, it's always like, it's weird. It feels weird. Like it's an extreme. Like they're trying to overcompensate so hard because they don't want to get canceled and they want to look good, because now it's a status symbol to be woke, and they'll do anything for status. So they're like, I guess I'm going to have to marry this black dude, so it's going to give me status, and I can have some mixed kids and they'll have status and we'll be super woke. Because white men are bad now. Like they so go along with like whatever gives them status. Anyways, that's
that's one of the things that you tend to notice. I'm convinced of this, is that the reason why so many liberal white women, especially in America, because it seems to be a lot more performative in America than it does in certain parts of Europe. Liberal white women are so fucking unhappy and have such little respect for their husbands, because I think that they genuinely just pick their husbands as an accessory rather than it's somebody who they genuinely wanted to pick. And everything they do, every action, every decision seems to be to try to kind of signal something to everyone else. It's not what they want to do. It's how's this going to look to other people? Every move that I make, what are other people going to think of this? So whether or not they buy a car, whatever clothes they wear, clothes they wear is usually kind of something that women always do that with. But like I'm talking about, like, you know, where are you gonna, like what kind of house are you gonna go for? Where are you gonna live? Like, you know, what are you gonna raise? How are you gonna raise your kid? How are you gonna do this? Like, you know, like. It's no wonder that it's always the liberal women that raise, like, you know, kind of gay children, queer children, like weird trans kids.
Yes. But I will say this, it was not the brokey, lower class white women. It's always upper middle class and super upper class.
Oh, yeah, because that kind of stupidity is a privilege. Like
Yeah.
you have to be able to like have money to be able to do that kind of stupid shit. Like poor people are more worried about kind of actually going out earning a living.
Yeah, I definitely noticed like poor people, they would mix very well. They had no, because they had the same culture in America. Like if you're poor white, you're poor black, you're poor whatever color, it's the same culture. It's very like interchangeable. Nobody cares. But when you go higher status, now you have like it gets fishy, it gets funny. Like there's different ways to get status. And from just my observations, I have seen that if you are a white dude, you don't care as much about race, but you care more about like how hot is the chick. So she could be any race as long as she's hot. But for the white woman, it's like a huge laundry list. You got to be the right race for the time period for status. You got to be the right look, dress the right way, talk the right way. You know, whatever is going to give them the status that they need.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, do you see this photo somebody did of us on with Grok?
Oh God.
Anyways, guys, I'm going to take this moment to say please like and subscribe and share. Because I am like 29 hours away from getting monetized again. Let's see if anything happens. I don't know. So I'm going to try to do some like more controversial stuff, like solo quick stuff this week to see if anything takes. I'm going to try to like go really close to TOS so I could get something.
Earlier on, you were talking about saying how like there's this cultural shift now. People are going kind of more anti-woke. Yeah. And you mentioned anti-Semitism.
Well, yeah, we're not going to get too much into it.
No. We're not going to talk about it. I don't know. All I want to know, though, is this is the one thing I never really understood. Because what do you think the woke take is when it comes to anti-Semitism? What do you think the anti-woke take is when it comes to anti-Semitism?
I think the woke take is generally like that's bad because the woke people are very much like whatever the culture dictates, and the culture dictates that's wrong. So that's what they're going to believe because they don't really have their own beliefs. They just do whatever they're told to believe. And then the conservative take, I would think, splits off to like if you're pro-Israel or you're like America first and screw Israel. Like there's two camps of that because some people are like, but they're our ally, and some people are like, no, screw them. We have no allies.
This is the one thing that I've not really gotten though, because I heard a lot of people say that, like, you know, the pushback is this, but like the only reason why I've seen, like from my experience listening to people, why the anti-woke, the conservatives can appear to be anti-Semitic is because of the issue right now with like Gaza and shit like that. Like, no, you know, screw them. And it's not because of anti-Semitism. It's because
we have enough problems to worry about.
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
like
care
we
about other countries. It's like I don't care about what's the other one? Russia and
it's not even Ukraine. It's not even that you've got enough problems to worry about. It's that like America, along with Britain, America and Britain are two nations that literally since the end of World War II have been hemorrhaging money trying to help other people, even since before World War II with regards to Britain. But absolutely hemorrhaging money. Like literally giving money to everybody else. And it's gone way beyond charity to some kind of stupid, almost economically suicidal move of look how much we're giving. Look at this like foreign aid we're giving. And it's like, if it's an investment so that you'll eventually get something back, like, okay, we're going to help you guys get on your feet, build something, and eventually like you'll pay us back. But like in the 80s and then again in the 90s and then again at the turn of the millennium, like we've been constantly writing off the debt to other nations, okay, whilst simultaneously taking all of those fuckers into our nation. It's like, yeah, just come over here, come over here. We get it. Okay, you can't live in your country. You're like, you guys are poor. You can't grow shit. Fine. Okay, come here, come here, come here, come here. Why are you sending billions there, then, you fucking idiot? Like, why are you sending billions there to fix their country when you're literally bringing every fucking one of them into your own country? And it's not just Britain, it's fucking everyone. The whole of Europe is literally becoming a home to almost all of the third world poverty that's out there. Europe and America have become a home to that. Like, we're taking in everybody because, okay, your country is so fucking terrible, you can't live there. So you're coming here, you're living off our money, we're helping take you in, whilst at the same time paying out billions to your nations out there, which are getting built up so well. But we don't see those pictures. We see the same pictures of kids with flies on their face, or dusty countries that have been bombed to shit. But when you say that, like, and this is one thing that I credit Trump with, when he said that those countries are shithole countries, everybody got so offended. And then what happened? Like, the mask slipped off, because then you saw these people who, whilst they're living in America or whilst they're living in Europe, started posting up on TikTok proudly saying, oh, you people are so fucking ignorant. You white people are so fucking ignorant. Like, do you think Ethiopia is a shithole? You think the Middle East is a shithole? Look at all this stuff that we've got. Like, look at how advanced we are. And they're showing all these pictures of these, like, wonderful cities, clean cities, like awesome schools, like lovely shopping malls. It's like, oh yeah, okay, we're ignorant. Yeah, you're right, we are ignorant. Our fucking money built that shit. Our money built that shit. And then our politicians are so fucking retarded that they're still letting you guys come into our country saying, we can't live there, it's a terrible life, we need a better life. And you're here saying that it's a fucking wonderful place. So why the fuck are you here then? Like, go back. Go back. This is the thing. Refugee status, asylum seeker status, was supposed to be to help you out when there's a bad time going on. But there's people who've been coming over for so fucking long, and those bad times are over. You've got the opportunity now to go back. Your life isn't in danger anymore if you go back. And I'm not saying it out of, and this is the problem that the left don't understand. It's not a hatred of the people. It's simply a financial decision. What right do you have to take the money from someone else just because you think, I can live better here than I can live back home? If it's, I can live here, but I will die if I go back home, then yes, I'm all for charity. And you have every right to be, like, to be helped out. Like, if somebody else is living with a certain level of privilege that you don't have, as long as you're willing to kind of fit in and not make trouble, and if they can afford to help you without their own people suffering, then yes, they should, like, you know, if you look at just ethics and morality, yes, they should. It would be nice if they would help you. But we've gone beyond that. We've gone beyond that. And not only are we letting in people who don't want to fit in, but who hate your fucking guts, and who can live back home, but they just want to exploit you, and not even exploit you, but literally pretty much invade and take over. At some point, you need to say, look, no, you're not in danger in your own country. And yes, we should put our people first. Not just because they were born here, but because they were born to parents most of the time who were also born here, or even if they weren't born here, came in here and are working here and paying taxes, paying into a system that provides. And that system is supposed to provide, like, to give back, to, like, help build good schools, safer streets, you know? So what right do you have to come in and take from the jar that other people have been paying into when you haven't, and you fucking hate those people? So yeah, when he came along and was like, you know, hey, America first. Okay, cool, America first. And if that means, look, we're not going to give a penny to anyone fucking else, we're not going to give a cent to anyone else until we make sure that our people here are taken care of, and our streets are safe, and our schools are good. and shit's affordable. People can afford to buy a house. Once you've done all of that and you've paid back to the people who've paid into that system, then you can think about, okay, who can we help? Who can we give some charity to? Is there any atrocities that's going on outside of our country that we have a responsibility to kind of stand up for, defend, protect? Okay, then you can think about that. But that doesn't mean that you're anti-Semitic. It doesn't mean that you hate Ukrainians. It doesn't mean that, like, just because you're saying, look, no, we need to take care of our shit. This is what the people voted for. Like, I don't understand how people call that anti-Semitism. And it's funny that, like, when you said earlier on, like, the wokies, the left wing, they're like, well, if something is wrong, or like if people say that's wrong, then that's wrong. I've heard way more anti-Semitic shit come from liberals than I have from conservatives.
Like
and
what?
from woke people. Just way more hateful anti-Semitic rhetoric. And it is partly because they're these crazy little fucking wild polarized monkeys. So when somebody just says to them, hey, look, we're gonna pay our usual left-wing protesters to go out here and support, like, you know, what's going on, like, with the whole Free Palestine shit. They'll just come out with like the most fucking hateful anti-Semitic shit that you've heard.
Well,
It's partly ignorance because they don't understand the fucking issue, but partly because they're like, they see everything in black and white.
Well, I mean, everyone in America that went to public schools is sadly completely uneducated. There is no education in the United States. You have to go to like maybe an elite private school or something like that, but public school, they teach you nothing but fake history. Really, they overcomplicate math too, which is like ridiculous because they don't want you to like math or be good at math. So they overcomplicate it and they do this weird fake math. So it's like you're getting like an estimate instead of the actual number. And now they have like, well, maybe 1 + 1 isn't 2 and all this crazy garbage. Because if they confuse you and they tell you it's too confusing, it's too hard for you, don't do it, don't think too hard, then they can more easily control people. And they do that with every subject. There's nothing that they teach that is correct. Everything is, and then in like history and stuff, like what really happened, it's you're a victim, everybody's a victim, blah, 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 victim, which teaches you not to try to like get mad, to hate everyone. And, you know, just instead of like, because like another thing was, let's go back to white women. I met some white women when I was younger, and they would be like, they talk to me like, I must be poor, I must be broke, I must be this, I must come from poverty or like generations of whatever. And they talk to me like that. And I'm like, bro, do you even know what I am? Do you even know my background? Do you even know anything? Like, you're just assuming because of my skin color that I'm this. But like, that is what America teaches their kids. Everyone who is like not white is a victim, and everyone who is white is the perpetrator, like causing that to other people. It's like ridiculous. It's like such a simplistic, low intelligence way to but it just keeps everybody dumb, and when they're dumb, they're easy to control. Like, for example, this article that Aaron Clary posted, another article written by an ugly liberal white woman, and it says, Black and brown Minnesotans gets worse sleep than white people. Researchers at the University of Minnesota say it's hurting their health. Oh, and one example.
Why is that though?
Let me finish. One example, in many Somali homes in the Twin Cities, smoke detectors with low batteries beep around the clock. Many believe the devices beep when they're working properly, and it's the landlord's responsibility to fix them. Such misinformation could be corrected with community-wide effort. Oh my gosh. Like, why would you publish that? Why would you say that? It's so ridiculous. I mean, yes, it's a stereotype, but we don't have to, like, because everything is like, oh, when you are a white person writing something like this, you are contemptful for other races. This is like a very contemptful type of way to describe them with like some stereotypes and shit like that. What kind of real research was done? None, I'm sure. Anyways.
Yeah.
But then if you're like a poorly educated American, poorly educated because you're in America, and you happen to be Black, you could read this and be like, oh my gosh, it's because of systemic, whatever. It's like, no, it's not. Stop. And that's all poor people of every color don't fix the smoke detectors. Because batteries cost money, Damon.
I think it's not just about how much money it costs. I think there is this kind of thing of certain cultures promote laziness and procrastination more than others. Yeah, they do. A lot of it is about culture.
But I think like the culture is what's on TV. What do they show people? What do the people who look like you do on TV? If you're Indian in America, you watch TV and you're like, I'm going to own a Quickie Mart. This is what you are told, right? If you are Asian, you're made fun of for your driving and you're told you're going to be really smart. And
I haven't been to a corner shop. That didn't have an Asian dude working in it. I've not been to a corner shop where there's a white person working in a corner shop.
Well, that's cultural.
Wait a second.
Okay.
In the UK, with the exception of one time, I have not been to a corner shop where there was a white person working, and also where it was somebody other than an Asian person. Every single time I went to a corner shop, Asian people, only Asian people, never anyone else. And this was for at least, I think, 30-something years. The last time that I ever saw a white person in a corner shop was on the way to school when I was in primary school. Like when I'd go to like to buy those like penny sweets and whatever after school, But that was the only fucking time I've seen it. But there was one exception when I went up north to the countryside and I went to a corner shop and there was a white couple there. I'm not shitting you. I felt like I went back. I feel like I went back in time. The whole place, like the way it looked, the way it was, like it was neat, it was tidy, it didn't have a shitty smell to it. Everything looked nice. Leonardo Joni, that comedian that you like, she was talking about how she went to like a Best Western hotel and she was like, I could tell that it was run by Asian people because when they run shit, there's that smell. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's a bad smell. And she was like, and don't say that I'm racist because it's fucking true. And if you go there, you'll see it. It is true. It is true. I didn't notice it because you kind of get used to it. You get like nose blind, like when you're fucking used to it. But I went to this other place and I was like, yeah, shit. It's like, I know what it is. It's like they just clean shit properly. And when you point that shit out, like you said, like, what are you going to do if you're Asian, if you're living there? What job are you going to do? Yeah. Pattern recognition. It works. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. Pointing it out isn't racist. It's just statistics.
David, let me devil's advocate you. Okay. White women. Before, they used to be stay-at-home mothers and wives, right? Then they decided to program them. Tell them, you could be a boss bitch. You can go to New York by yourself and, get a job writing a newspaper like Sex and the City and bang everybody. And then when you're done banging and traveling the world, when you're old in your 40s, some very wealthy, successful man will choose you over the 22-year-old, because that was a plot, and marry you, which is a wild thing to do. And then every single white woman said, bet, and did it. And now in 20 years, you could be the son of Damon will be like, white women are terrible mothers because, pattern recognition. You see what I'm saying?
Well, we're already saying that white women are terrible mothers. We're already saying that now.
They weren't before. They were good mothers. And then they were told
yeah.
was
But
not
that wasn't
valuable.
Yeah. So feminism destroyed white women. But I mean, the rat race destroyed them. But the thing is that it's not just look, in a way, I feel like the reason why women bought into feminism, the reason why attractive, sensible women with traditional values thought that feminism was good wasn't because they wanted to necessarily give up everything they were doing and try something different. It was just because they felt like they believed the lie that feminism came packaged in, right? And it's, on the one hand, it sounded good, but the more you buy into it, if you look at how it transformed over the years, even the first steps of feminism, there was a lot of nasty shit packed into it, right? It was a Trojan horse. On the outside, any guy could have been like, well, yeah. Most guys were like, oh, this is what you're selling? Well, I'm a feminist then, because we already do all that shit. We already believe all that shit. But then it came hidden with this stuff of like, women should have the right to work, go out, get jobs, do this, do that. Like, it's like, really? Why? Why should we do
women could
that?
always work. They said you have the
But there was this move to kind of like force them out into the workplace, right?
No, it
There was
wasn't
this
a
big
move to force them out. It was a move
Oh,
to
here it was.
give working status for women, to say, if you stay home, you are a slave. Slavery is, freedom is slavery.
Oh, yeah,
and
that came a
slavery is
bit
freedom.
later. But like, yeah, I mean, the stupid thing about it though is if you start thinking to yourself, oh look, I can't say this. I shouldn't point this out. Why? It's offensive. It's like, no, you're not offensive for pointing it out. They're offensive for doing it. Okay? If white women today liberal white women or women in general, if they don't like turning 40 and not having any prospects, not having been on a date already for like 5 years, no guy's looking at them, right? If they don't like that and they're getting jealous and bitchy about younger women who are enjoying their bodies, right? Or blaming men, like saying there's no good men out there. No. Don't say there's no good men out there. You can't find a guy, right? That's the problem. It's not there's no good men out there. It's that you can't find a guy. And maybe instead of getting angry at somebody who said, haha, you hit the wall, right? You need to ask yourself, why did you hit the wall? Why are you still single? Why is it that you can't find a guy? And the reason is that if the tables were turned and if men started doing the shit that women are doing, if we flip the whole kind of the way that this reality is playing out right now, imagine if you count all of the things that women bring to the table. What purpose do women traditionally, gender roles wise, what stuff do you do, right? Okay, what is the stuff that you do? You turn a house into a home, right? You're the emotional support. You're the more understanding sex. You're the more kind of compassionate sex. You're
Damon,
the one that,
even that I feel was propaganda, because I feel like women are kind of more of a blank slate. They are just driven by one thing, and that's status and power. Period. That's all they want. Women are.
You think women want status and power?
Yes, I think that's all they want. You tell a woman her ultimate status is to marry a successful man and have a successful family lineage, she's going to go for that. You tell her that status is be a boss babe CEO, and then when you're older, marry some younger hot dude because you have money now and you can pull him. They're going to do that. They're going to do whatever.
No, they're not. They're not. That wasn't mind control. That wasn't brainwashing. That was how the society's built. When societies are built, yes, guys, whether guys know it or not, guys do need that comfort. After they go out and they work, they do that shit. They look. You look at the workplace. You look at how all that shit is organized. If you look at how you need to have a society that's well defended as well. So you have things like the military draft. You have those services. You have the police that you can work for. You have like firefighters. You have all this kind of shit. When it comes to how that stuff's going to be organized and how that stuff's going to be, how that all of this shit is going to be run, you need the men to do that. Why? Because this is a society. You're going to bring a next generation in. Who's going to raise that generation? We understood until we got so fucking rich and comfortable and complacent in society that we realized that we could pay other people to do all of the shit that we need for us, whether it's shopping, whether it's looking after our elderly parents and relatives, or whether it's looking after our own fucking children. We sold all of that on to somebody else. Everything was commodified. And that's because we got complacent and stupid, because we had it too comfortable, too cushy for too long. And you had all these companies popping up saying, we're going to do this for you. We can provide this service for you. We can provide that service to you. Let's do more and more and more to make your life more and more comfortable and more convenient, until we literally let other people raise our own kids. And then we wonder why society is shit and why all these kids are growing up gay and weird.
Yeah, like, but they also told
no
women
influence from the
that
parents.
Status. No, they told women it's status if your kid is, whatever. Then
no, but that's the brainwashing. I agree that that's the brainwashing. But you're trying to say
they wouldn't fall for it if they
wait a second.
They wouldn't fall for it if they weren't after only status.
No, but I don't think that they are. I think that you're falling for the fact that advertising, which we've had now for as long as we've had television sets, okay. Advertising is geared to work on the female's mind, not the man's mind. If you look at how advertising works and who falls for advertising more, women are more convinced by it. Women fall for it more.
Yes, for
they know that stuff. They know that they don't need to gear it towards men, because men already know what the fuck they want to buy.
No. But they other than shopping, because women do most shoppings in most households, even to this day, most women do the shopping. So that's, but it's for the man and the children. And now it's just for the children and themselves.
If you go back to the 1940s and 1950s, the reason why advertisers never needed to market to men was because they knew that the man's just going to buy what the fucking woman wants. He'll give her money and she'll go and buy shit. So that's why they were appealing to women. Because if the guy said, hey, honey, go out and buy this. We need this. We need that. I'm going to work. Can you pick this up and this up in the shop? Right? If you've got like 3 different brands of some kind of food that the guy wants, do you think that the guy's going to be fussy and tell her exactly what fucking brand he wants? No, she's going to be the one to decide that, because she's going to be the one cooking it. And when it's on a plate, he's not going to know what the fuck it was. But if she sees some advert saying, oh, get this and get that, she's going to buy it. Advertisers work that way. And also it's the female brain that responds to advertising better than what a man does. Like they're more influenced by it. It just that's just how it works. And loads of studies have proven that over the years. But when you say that you think that they were brainwashed into thinking, this is my place, this is what I'm going to do, this is my role, this is what I'm going to settle into, I'm going to make a house a home, I'm going to make everything nice and comfortable, and I'm going to be the emotional support in the family, and I'm going to raise the kids, and I'm going to do this and that. I don't think that's the brainwashing. I think that when you know that you're going to need somebody full term as a society is being built up, before you get all these nice, convenient things that will lead to our ultimate downfall, like babysitters and nannies and shit like that, before you have that, because that's one of the things that comes later in the establishment of the society, very, very quickly, any groups of people that you have that get put together that start building a society are going to realize the woman's going to have to be the one staying at home and raising the kid and teaching the kid. And the guy is going to be the one who's going to have the time to go out and work and earn. And if you're talking about who's getting more exhausted and who gets, like, you're going to realize, like, no, the guy is the one who can stomach that and who can shoulder that burden of getting up early, going out, grafting all day, coming home. And the woman is the one who's kind of more engineered biologically to be able to deal with the child. And that's why it's always been that way. So I don't think that's brainwashing. I think that's just evolution. That's this is, if you're talking about gender roles, this is gender roles. This is biology telling us this is how we should live.
Well, that I don't know. I don't think it translates. I think when they said you have to
Okay, well then if you don't think it translates,
because listen, because I feel like always if you are a working class family, the husband and the wife would have to work the fields, and the elders, like the grandparents, would take care of the children, and they would kind of like do it as a community. And then
no, you're talking way later. You're talking about way later in our evolutionary cycle.
They had to brainwash women that you can do this all by yourself in a house alone.
No. The reason, no, I can't. This is, like I said, this is evolution, though. This is evolution biology. Okay, it's only a recent thing, again, because of a comfortable, very privileged culture and society that we've built up, that you had people living to that age. Okay, because previously, when you look at these societies being formed, do you think that your grandparents would be around when you have kids? No.
Well, I do not agree with.
You're talking about when we had like we had a life expectancy of 40.
No. Maybe during war times and famine times, but generally humans could always live to about 120. I have relatives that lives into 120 something.
Yeah.
So I don't have any and there used to be commercials when I was a kid going to Afghanistan and looking at the tribal people there, and like it was like I think I told you this. It was like a Quaker Oats. They did not eat Quaker Oats, but it was a Quaker Oats commercial, basically saying like, oh, so and so eats their Quaker Oats every morning, and they're 117, and then it's like, so does their mother, and then she's like 120 something. Whatever.
Yeah, but you also had families in like parts of the world, like for example, there are parts of Europe, like Italy, for example, where you had grandparents. Grandparents would like build an extension onto a house, or like another level onto the house, like when their kids would have kids, right? And be like, okay, now you're going to move into like this extra bit that we've expanded out into, and the grandparents would be there. But traditionally, what would happen though is that this was the mother showing the daughter how to raise the kid, and they would do it together, right? She wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to babysit your kid for you while you go out and work. That shit didn't fucking happen. That shit didn't happen. It isn't like, oh, we'll look after your kid while you guys can go and both be like, corporate people. Like the husband can go out on a paycheck and the girl can just go and slay queen and be a boss bitch at work as well. It's like, no. It wouldn't be that the grandparents did fucking everything. It would be that the grandma would be raising the grandchild along with the mother.
But it wouldn't just be a woman alone. The other part is you have to also remember people had big families. So it wouldn't be a woman alone if it wouldn't be a woman alone
if the grandma was there as well.
Yes, it wouldn't be just grandparents. It would also be the siblings and the siblings' kids. So you'd be raised with your cousins.
Yeah, but the point is that the girl wasn't working. The woman wasn't working. The man was working.
It depends on the status of the family. If you are a low status, the woman might work part-time, or she might work in the home, sewing, doing stuff.
Yeah. Traditionally, that was only commonplace post-feminism. Like when feminism got established and started putting it out, because that was the brainwashing. Before that, Like, no, before that, the only reason why a woman would work as well is if she didn't marry a guy, she had to support herself. If she had several sisters and not one of them managed to marry a wealthy dude, because it used to be like if you've got 4 or 5 sisters, the family would make sure that at least one of the sisters was provided for very well. One of the sisters, the prettiest sister, the one with the most potential, they would invest in her. They would send her to a good finishing school. They would make sure that she had the best education. They would make sure that she had the nicest clothes and she was kind of kept pretty. And that sister was the one the family was pinning the hopes on, that she was going to marry a wealthy guy. And then the other sisters would be like, well, if they could too, then that's great. That's an extra bonus. But we've only got the money to kind of invest in one to become, to marry well.
Yeah,
That's
and it was
how
the same
that's how it
for
works.
sons. They would send the other ones to war or whatever.
Well, yeah. But at the end of the day, the sons would like divvy up any inheritance if they're a wealthy family. If they weren't a wealthy family, then all of the boys would be working like as soon as possible. Like it was the rich that would go and get educated.
Yeah. So
But
in my dad's side of the family, where they're very wealthy, none of the women worked. None of them were even around their children because they had nannies, freaking different like teachers that would come in, and they had chefs in the kitchen. They had, maids. They had all that stuff. They had nothing to do with the child raising part. So that's why I'm just like, it's all cultural. All these things that we think are innate. Yes, they can birth the children. That is very natural. And feeding the children, that is very natural. But aside from that, it was a community effort. You weren't alone.
yeah, but see,
with the
I don't
child.
know. I don't know if you can really call this. This is the difference when it comes. You can't lump it all together under cultural. Okay, cultural is what is within your particular culture. That's cultural. You can call that cultural. But if it's only something that people of a certain class would do, then that's a class thing. That's a social thing among your particular class. That's a societal thing. It's not really a cultural thing. Okay. I don't know if you could say of any real culture, oh, it's a cultural thing to have nannies and to have
In South
waiters and to have.
in South America, like almost every single person that's wealthy enough to be married and have
But
kids
again, you're talking about wealth again.
Yes, but
So it's a class thing.
most people are able to afford it. Most people get married and most people are able to afford a nanny over there. It's considered normal. And it would always be like after 35, you either were married with kids, and then if you're over 35, you're not married, you don't have kids, then you would be hired to live in a family's home and you would stay there.
Okay, well, if you're saying that this isn't just something that's accessible to a certain class, but everyone has it, then fine, okay, it's cultural. But I think everywhere else you look at, if you'll find like what is the norm, like, or what is something that is going on, like what's happening here, and it's not something that's only afforded to people of a particular class, but that's how the practice is. You will find in pretty much the overwhelming majority of societies out there that up until very, very recently in our history, it was the way that the women would be the ones raising the kids, the guys would be the ones out providing. That I don't think you can call that brainwashing, because this existed before we even knew what brainwashing was. Okay, and like I said, it's a social evolution thing. It's a biological evolution thing. And if you want to dispute that, like when you said earlier, you don't know if you really believe that, you don't know if it really plays out, then all as you've got to look at is this pandemic of single women in their 40s who have got the career, they worked, they achieved everything, they're high achievers, they've got the money, they've got the status, they don't have a man, they don't have a baby. Why is that? And it's because the men don't find it attractive. We don't find it attractive because everything that you're providing, everything that you're bringing to the table is the shit that we bring to the table. So if, like I said, if we flipped it, and if we said that, oh, hey, ladies, we're going to line up a bunch of dates for you with these guys, right? And one of the guys is a guy who looks exactly like how you want him to look. Okay, he'll look. You find him physically attractive, right? Let's say if you like tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, yeah, he's got all that, or muscular, whatever, he's got that. He looks wise, this is the guy you want to marry. But then you find out he's got no education, no job prospects, never worked a day in his life, doesn't want to do any manual labor shit, isn't physically strong to like equipped to go out and do that stuff. Okay. But what he will do is he's so emotionally soft. He's supportive. He's compassionate. He's caring. He knows how to clean the house. He knows how to cook food. And he wants to stay at home and help raise the kids. Okay. Like, would you find that attractive? Now, the sad thing is that loads of women would say yes. Why? Because they're the boss bitches. But most of the women who don't, what you have there is you have like a gender flipped relationship. And most women don't want that because most women aren't engineered to find that attractive. So what you will have is you'll have women who'll take it because the women are superficial and they think, well, he looks pretty. But what they'll then do is they'll tolerate that relationship because they'll be like, well, I work and I make money. So this relationship works out because I don't have time to keep the house clean. I don't have time to cook when I finish work and I get home. So he does that for me. And he's supportive and he snuggles. And they'll think that that relationship can work. But what's going to happen, and you know this, is there's going to be a growing resentment when she starts realizing I'm doing all the physical work and I'm paying everything. And yes, he keeps the home. And yes, he kind of fills that void when it comes to helping raise the kid and blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of stuff. Like I provide, but he provides also. But I'm the one literally going out and making all of the money.
Well, statistically, when women make more money, the guy ends up cheating with a younger woman that's broke.
Well, the other statistical thing there is that they end up hating the fact that they're making more money. And it goes from a point of pride to begin with. Women think that they will enjoy that. They think that they think it's cool. I make more money and I'm in a relationship with this guy, but I'm the one who's making more money. I'm the breadwinner. And they like that. They like that because it gives them that sense of kind of like, oh, this is kind of, I feel powerful. But very quickly it turns into bitterness and resentment. And why is that? It's because, like we've said, week after week after week, women don't know what they want. They don't know what the fuck they want. They often want shit that's in their own that's in their own worst interest.
Well, women are just not psychologically stable.
Yeah, they think emotionally, and unfortunately, the problem with thinking emotionally rather than logically is that if you think logically, you'll think several steps ahead. Emotion works like, this is what I want. This is what's going to make me feel good. So I know what I want. But unfortunately, you only know what's going to make you feel good temporarily.
You know, guys don't think 10 steps ahead. That's why they have all these baby mamas. Come on. They think with their
no, but if you talk to these men, you'll realize that they're very feminized men.
I think a lot of men make stupid choices in the moment because
it's true. If you speak to men who've got tons of baby mamas, right? And what you'll tend to find is, number one, very, very few of them were raised by a father. Very few of them had a father in the house.
Did
Number
Elon
two,
Musk have a father?
if he, well, I don't know. He's close to his mum. I've not seen him with his dad. I've seen him with his mother.
I think he hates his dad.
Well, there you go. But he's also autistic, so whatever. But if you talk to these guys who've got loads of kids with loads of different women, the other thing is that when it comes to any kind of accountability or responsibility, they avoid it. They don't know how to take responsibility. They don't know about accountability. And they'll always be like, well, it wasn't my fault. They've got excuses for shit. That isn't masculine behavior. That's what women do. This is why we say the problem with women is that they don't know how to take accountability for shit.
So men raised by women are also women.
Yeah, most of the time.
Well, then that's not biological.
explain what you're trying to get at here.
Because that means it's a cultural reason that they act that way.
There's a psychological reason why they act that way.
Tomato, tomato.
Well, no, because look, the best outcome is obviously to be raised by a mother and a father.
Yeah, but like
Okay.
a good mother and a father, and we don't have those anymore.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you need to have that dynamic of knowing who to look to as a father figure, who to look to as a mother. And if you have that, you will have the best of both worlds. And you will know, this is my dad, this is what I'm like. I'm a man, he's a man. I'm a boy, he's a man. Like, oh, I'm going to become a man one day. This is a mother. I understand what to expect from a mother if I'm going to have a kid myself one day, right? You look to, if they're a good parent, either one of them, if they're good parents, you look to your father as how you're going to raise your kid and how you're going to be with a kid. And you look to the mother as, this is what I expect from a wife. This is what I expect from a mother to my children, right? And if there's bad shit too, if you notice bad shit, you'll say that this is what I don't want for my kids. I don't want this to be something that I have to do with my kids, right? So you learn all of those lessons, but you need the examples to learn from. And this is why when you have nannies raising kids, like, what examples is the kid going to see? The example that the kid's going to see is, I can abandon my kid. Like, work is the priority, not the kid. Family does not come first. Being a slave, like earning a wage, that's what comes first.
Slavery is freedom. Freedom is slavery.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a problem. But the important thing is that you're not going to get attracted by somebody. Likes don't attract. Okay. A union, a couple, is supposed to be like, we're going to join forces. Okay. You're gonna fill the needs that I have, and I'm gonna fill the needs that you have. But if you can only give to me the shit that I already have, and I can't give to you something that you're lacking, then we're not gonna fit. I can do this, and this. I need somebody who can do that, and that. Right?
Okay, so Damon, as a strong, independent man, what are you lacking that a woman could fulfill?
Well, no. Here's the reason why I did not commit in the previous relationship. I realized that the girl that I was with, who we were supposed to try and have a family with, it took me a little while to realize it before things ended. She was not capable of being a good mother.
How do you know?
Because one of the things, unfortunately, hey, look, if it was obvious from day one, I would have ended shit from day one. But it wasn't, right? She had an addiction, and she was getting help for it. And I was like, I don't know if I trust you. But okay, fine. We're going to give this some time. I want to see if there's going to be progress. But the thing is that you're not going to, if you fall in love with somebody, you're not going to abandon somebody in a time of need. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll be supportive. We'll see if we can get through this. And I believed she was trying to get help for it. I believed that she was working through it. Ultimately, she didn't. Ultimately, it just turned out that, like, no. And instead of getting better, she just started spiraling, getting worse. And I'm sorry, but the thing is that she at the same time, I could understand if she was saying, look, no, I don't want to have a kid now. I don't want to get married now. I don't want to do this. I want to enjoy my life. If you're like, oh, okay, if that's what you want to do, fine. I'm out of here, right? I'm going to find somebody else who's serious. But the problem and why it didn't end quite so nicely was because she wanted to have her cake and eat it. she was basically like, I still want to have kids. I was like, but you're not even proving to me that I can trust you to get pregnant. Because if you can't stay clean for like a month, how are you going to stay clean for 9 months? Right? So you don't want to take that risk. I'm like, I'm not even going to gamble this. And the worst thing is, you know how addicts can be. They're not realistic. It's like, and they're not reasonable. It's like, oh, you don't trust me with a life? No fucking way. No fucking way. If you can't stay clean for a single fucking month, how am I going to trust you for 9? So yeah.
Or even afterwards, no way. No thanks.
Yeah.
And plus the genetic component I would be concerned with.
Yeah, there is always that genetic component. And funnily enough, like, yes, it was something that ran in the family. But yeah, like, so this is the thing, like, if you're gonna be looking for somebody else like that you want somebody who's gonna compliment you. You need somebody that you can work with in that way, who whatever your weaknesses are, whatever your strengths are, they're going to support you on your strengths. They're going to cover you when it comes to the weaknesses. But when it comes to kids, that's the main thing. Like, I work. I'm going to be at work all the time. I do long shifts. I want somebody who's going to be there, who's going to look after the kid. And yeah, like, you share those duties out. But I'm not gonna find somebody attractive. This is the thing, when it comes to, again, biological evolution.
Mm-hmm.
We find those things attractive that we know are going to help propagate the species, right? So any markers for health we find attractive. Any markers of ill health we find repellent and unattractive.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken about that before. Society didn't teach us fat people are ugly. We know that fat people are unhealthy. We find it repellent. What?
No, go on.
Wait.
No.
They're brave.
Yes, they're so brave.
They're so brave.
But actually, in the past, didn't they value...
In certain cultures, if you're obese, you're considered amazing.
Oh,
because only the wealthy people could...
morbidly brave.
In shithole countries where they had no food.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then...
In shithole countries where they had no food and only fat people could eat, they were like, wow, that person must be rich.
Yes.
I want some of that money. I want some of that food money. Like, so yeah. Yeah, but that's when you had like some kind of economy that fucked with biological evolution, like that kind of like inherent or kind of innate attraction that we have to things.
So Steve is here now. Nice thing. What's going on?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Damon. How you doing?
I heard that you guys had a lovely date.
Oh, it was wonderful. So hot. So hot.
And I heard the cat got the swamp ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, possible. I didn't check.
She said, I'm just gonna be like a country hood rat. Not even wash my hair, just show up on a stream
and eat souffle. With
whipped cream.
It's raw organic.
Ooh, raw organic whipped cream, Damon.
Made by a child.
Oh, baby did it?
Yes.
Good job.
I helped her with souffle.
Oh, so she made the souffle?
Most of it.
Nice.
She doesn't look anywhere near attractive to be eating that kind of food.
Shut up, bitch.
You mean she's not brave enough?
Yeah.
Maybe
if she eats more of it, she'll be brave.
I'm packing on some bravery, right?
Yeah. I think Imperius is about to say that your arms look very brave.
He's holding back. He's holding back.
That little bitch. Anyways, I don't think he's here right now. He comes and goes.
You mean little finger? I mean no finger.
Ah, yes. Missing finger. Anyways, so why don't you tell Damon what were your requirements when you were looking for a mate, and tell him about the list you made. I think we mentioned it one time, but you
Yeah, we already
remind
spoke
him.
about that.
Tell him about what you put about personality and morals and values
I
on your
didn't.
list.
I didn't.
Nothing about that.
Yeah, I hadn't experienced a raging, horrible, try to be nice, bitch. I had not experienced
Have
that.
you now?
Oh, I have come across them, but no, you're not that. No, I've definitely come across them. Crazy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
But
wait. You think I'm not crazy?
No, you're not. Why would you think you're crazy?
Because I go crazy every month.
Oh, and they didn't? Way worse? I mean, you're nothing in comparison. I mean, no.
How bad
you're
were these
fine.
people?
Bad. It was bad.
Well,
Not all of them, just a few of them. Enough to make me
That's
go,
lucky
that's a
that,
red flag.
lucky that he's grading on a curve. So it's like,
Oh gosh.
And you learn, like, okay, this is a person I don't want to be with. And I usually take a relationship and I run it into the future with all their little idiosyncrasies.
What's the most annoying thing that I do?
eat.
Stop. Everybody eats, Damon. Chill.
Don't cook like I do.
I cook really well. I just make.
You're doing a much better job.
The problem is, if I like something, I will make only that for 4 months.
Won't stop, and then you get sick and tired of it.
And then I will never eat it again. It's like, what are you having? Same thing as yesterday. Same thing as yesterday. Same thing as
Yeah, we went through a pasta phase.
Mhm.
We went through different phases.
Mhm.
It was a hamburger phase. And
We did tacos phase.
Yeah, taco. Wasn't fish tacos.
Oh,
Not what
gosh.
you were thinking with that mayonnaise sauce.
But it was just tons of like the same thing over and over and over and over.
Chunky tacos.
And I loved it until I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Thankfully, you don't do that with men.
Yeah, I've never no.
Food.
You sound like a child. You sound like well, let's make this. Let's have that again. Let's have that again. Let's have that again. Let's have that again.
But there are people that like to have the same thing over and over that they really like. Some people like burritos over and over.
Yeah.
You
Some
know,
people have like a specific day for a food.
And there's some people that, they're really into fudge packing. And
Okay, stop.
I was going to say there's some people who are into marriage and they just have the same woman every day
yeah,
for the rest
some
of
people
their life.
that like to have more marriages, like multiple marriages at the same time even.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that have multiple families at the same time, and they don't know each other until there's a death or something like that. We've known people like that.
Yep, many people.
So I had a list.
What was on it that we can say publicly?
Curly hair, darker skin, not too tall, has an ass, not too big boobs.
Really?
Yes, at least the size of my head.
Because I've seen you look at big boobs all the time.
I find those to be intriguing because I'm like, what pituitary problem or insulin sensitivity
Damon,
problem? Not
am I
estrogen.
supposed to believe when he's staring at boobs, he's thinking about pituitary glands?
No, I'm like, what's wrong with this person? He's skinny with
Stop.
big, huge
What's wrong with this person who's just got banging tits?
Yeah. Or what's even more weird, if they have banging tits, like really big, ginormous udders and small areolas. Like, okay, she's got low progesterone, so she must be an absolute bitch. Not a type of person, unless they're implants. If they're implants, then you gotta kind of weigh
Then
it.
they have implant illnesses.
Well, there is breast implant illness. That's a thing. There's been studies on it too. But I don't like implants. Don't move right. They don't feel right. They don't move right.
Tell them about how you used to massage boobs.
I mean, I haven't massaged boobs in a long time, but yes, I do. Well, you have to check them. To check them for lumps and asymmetry. So usually it's the right one that tends to be a little bit larger and swollen. So you check for it's more warm, or if it's more puffy.
And tell us how you check for that, Steve.
Well, you have to do a standing test. So they have to sit up and
So you do this with patients?
Yeah, he does all the time. Let's hear it, though. Go on.
Not all of them. Just some.
And when you used to do a massage back in the day, you used to do it on hose?
I did European style, yes. So that's topless. I was topless. No, they were topless. And then I would, of course, you request first, and they always said, yes, of course, I want you to massage them. So I had a whole.
They said yes, Kat.
In case you missed that,
they said yes.
They did. And then if I didn't have quite time, they said, "Well, you skipped something. Can you work on them?" Because I actually had a friend.
Imagine these hoes telling him that, "Oh, you forgot my boob massage."
Well, but there's
Kat.
Most of them
imagine it
that it was relaxing to them.
Yeah, it's so relaxing.
No, but also if they're like one is slightly off to the side, you can actually correct it. It's about if I'm trying to correct.
When you say correct it, you talking about you can just bring the size down to a normal size?
No, I'm saying like if it's pulling off to the side due to ligaments that are excessively tight. You have
so I'm guessing if they're excessively tight, you have to work on it really hard. You have to like really
work
it hard.
You just have to work it long, like
a long time.
45 minutes to 30 minutes. So you're doing like figure 8.
45 minutes of.
You're going over
groping.
and over, and it corrects it. Actually, it's amazing. I like.
You should be happy, Kat, that he's doing this. He's helping women out.
And then
I'm glowing with joy.
But then also, like, if you notice, there's an asymmetry, and I think if there's an asymmetry, there's an issue. Not so much like a genital thing. It's that they're using deodorant, they're using underwire bras, they're sleeping on one side that tends to not allow the lymphatics to drain out. They're using a purse.
So would you then also sleep with them and make sure that they're on the other side?
Well, no, I haven't. No, I mean, maybe a girlfriend, I would be sure that, I would use my arm as a pillow, a breast pillow, but no, I wouldn't sleep with them, but I would, give them advice on how to sleep with their bosoms. You can put a pillow in between. Not everyone knows. I do a little surveys. Like, did you know that there's a breast pillow you can put between so that it doesn't like pull off, so it doesn't.
So why are you telling hoes this and not me?
You don't need that. You're good. I examine. Don't worry. I'm always checking. But you're.
What do you mean
perfectly
you're
symmetrical? You're symmetrical. You're the perfect.
I have never had a 45-minute boob massage.
You didn't need it.
This is ridiculous. I got to be asymmetrical to get that kind of treatment.
No problem. Yours are perfect. Let's not mess with it.
I would love it. I'd love it if Steve just lost his shit and was just like, I don't want to grip your boobs, okay?
that could. I don't think that could. I mean, possibly no.
What the? Jeez.
Yeah. So breasts are important.
Imagine if we find out that Steve is a psycho. If Steve's a complete psycho and we find out that he just likes like really big, curvy, busty women, but then and also who are tall, who look like Amazons, just like really leggy, tall girls with like platinum blonde hair and big tits. And then he decides, I'm going to marry a chick who's the complete opposite and just give her a complete fucking complex. Just ruin. Oh God, look at Cat.
No, that's too much real estate for me. I'm not into that much real estate.
And I'm going to feed her every day so she just gets big and brave.
You are a feeder.
No,
Yes,
I'm
you are.
seriously not a
Yes, you are.
I don't try to get people.
Steve's comeback is like, no, you're an eater. Yes.
Well, you're accepting it into your mouth.
Who's my hungry little piggy?
I could go way harder on carbs and like feeding you stuff that you could get addicted to. And
I'm still waiting for like bread again. That was good. I heard that bread can actually make you lose weight
by having massive diarrhea. Yes.
No, it doesn't. Bread doesn't give you diarrhea.
If you're if you're a celiac, it doesn't matter what it is.
You're not a celiac. You're
no,
just.
I'm not a celiac. I started the sourdough starter, and I ground the wheat berries.
Did you sift it too, so it'll be like extra?
Not yet.
Fluffier?
I have to feed it.
Can we make croissants?
I don't really want to do that. I will try, but I have to really sift that flour.
What about like a brioche?
Still needs sifting.
Okay, what about a challah? A nice
Jew bread?
A nice Jew bread. I love an egg bread, bro.
Possible.
I made a challah myself. It took me days. I made it from scratch, and I had to do everything by hand. It was like really painful. And and it came out like a fucking rock, and you could like break a table with it.
Oh, you over kneaded it.
Shit.
She's too needy.
And you didn't let it rise.
I mean, I really needed that bread.
You may have spent out the yeast too. You may have you messed it up. Should not be like that.
Yeah. Tell them about how you're the best trad wife.
I've been cooking since I was 9 because my mother was a terrible cook. Still is. Unless she follows a recipe, if she does it perfectly. She just doesn't like following recipes. So,
like you don't like following directions?
No, I do follow directions, and I go my own path.
Mm-hmm.
You first follow directions, and then you go like, no, I can do this
Okay,
better.
explain the delicious Jew bread. We got to talk about that. It's the best thing ever.
It's a slightly sweet, eggy bread.
It's like I love a Cuban bread where you can stick your arm through the whole baguette thing and shut up, and you just pull out all of the innards of the fluffy, airy, soft part. But like for the Jew bread, it's got eggs in it too, so it's a little more like there's more protein or fat, whatever.
But
so
the end is always cut off, strangely enough.
Not mine. So anyways, and it's like a huge roll, and it's so fluffy and soft inside. You could just get it and smush it, and then just like roll it up and turn it into dough again, and then eat it like warm dough.
Well, I did get the best Jew bread, in Israel, from Marzipan. If you ever go there, you go to the Shuk.
That's a store?
It's a bakery.
Oh, whatever. No, you need to
and there's cinnamon rolls. Oh my God.
I hate cinnamon rolls. That's some like country bumpkin. You. I don't care. That's some like country bumpkin.
No. These are like
diabetes
spiral
bread.
ones. They make them individually. They're not like they make here. And they like drizzle it with this sugar syrup. Oh,
can't.
it's like a sticky bun, but cinnamon bun. And it's not the icing. They don't use the icing that we use here. This white icing, I don't know what they're doing. But over there, they don't do that.
Oh,
And
talk about your culture's food, like American white people's food. What are your delicacies?
pot roast.
Go on.
Hot dogs.
What did your sisters make their kids
Meatloaf.
Wait, hold on. Chopped hot dogs and spaghetti? That's an American white people
with
food.
Ketchup.
With ketchup. Delicious.
Or mac and cheese with chopped hot dogs.
With chopped hot dogs. It's so disgusting.
Nah, if I'm putting any meat in mac and cheese, it's bacon lardons.
Ooh, yeah. Lardons, too. Those are, especially if you crisp them up. Are you crisping them up first?
Yeah. I'm not a savage.
A little bit of shallot in there.
Oh, yeah. Crispy onions on top as well.
Yes.
Or we've got like a diced chorizo as well. I like diced chorizo. No, I don't know if I'd put it in mac and cheese because it'd be way too oily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. Well, you could fry it and then squeeze it out and then add it. It'd still be super salty.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anyways, I got nothing else. Do you want to give your theories on why you think culture went from super woke to super racist?
Anytime you take a system and you put it to extremes, there's going to be a swing in the other direction, and people that were keeping silent because they were trying to be not noticed then feel like they have to speak up because it's just ridiculous. And then when they do speak up, the other people who are like they're done with it go, yeah, you're right, man. We should
Well, yeah, there's that thing of also like you get sick to shit off if somebody's trying to play victim, and like this kind of crybaby tactic of like that's so terrible. It's like eventually you're going to be like, oh, if you really want to carry on calling me a Nazi, I'm going to show you what the fuck a Nazi is, and you're just going to want to become that thing. To just be like, I've had enough of you. Like, it's the same thing of like, I had a friend whose girlfriend was psycho, and she was always accusing him of like, you're cheating on me, you're cheating on me, you're cheating on me, you're cheating on me, and he wasn't cheating on her. And you know how it's like usually if somebody accuses you of being a cheat, it's because they're a cheat, right? Well, he found out that she kind of did cheat, not fully, but like there was something that happened. So instead of just because he was young, instead of just being like sensible about it and like confronting her and being like, "Hey, bitch, you kind of accused me of being a cheat, but you're the cheat." What he did was he fucked 3 of her best friends. He stuck around with her for like I think it was like 4 or 5 months. And and right before her birthday, she picked a fight, and he was like, well, now's as good a time as any. And he just basically was like, yeah, I fucked 3 of your friends, but like you did this shit first, and you had the cheek to constantly accuse me of being a cheat. And it's like, yeah, it's that thing of like, you know, people are calling like the most tolerant countries in the world the most intolerant and the most racist and the most awful, and while at the same time wanted to go there and abuse the systems all the time. Like, you know, if America is so fucking racist, why does migration only go one way? You know, if Britain is the most intolerant and racist, why is it that everybody's like fighting to get here on a little dinghy? You know,
well,
it's.
I would like to say something about that. We have a huge amount of people who are trying to go to Mexico now, white people trying to start white colonies in Mexico and other South American places.
They're invading it back. Good. That's what you should do. Everybody
and the local people are protesting.
Like any white people from Britain should just like take the most skilled white people and
Throw them into India.
go back to Pakistan, go back to India, take all the skilled people from white countries and go to these other countries. Any rich people, go there, just start businesses, and then just start saying like, hey, we demand that you give us shit. We demand that you be as tolerant as we were to you. Oh, you don't want to do it? Fine, okay. We'll just bring our culture of success to your countries, and then basically we're going to invade you back. But you need breeders as well. Take all like the white OnlyFans chicks.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
and bring them to nations that don't allow abortions, so they actually contribute something good for a change.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, anything else we should cover before we go?
I don't know what you covered.
Yes, you do.
I think we need to talk more about how many boobs have you massaged?
Oh God.
Quite a few.
If you had to put a number to it,
100 at least.
100 pairs or individual boobs?
100 pairs.
100 pairs.
100 pairs. So 200 boobs.
Yeah,
200 boobs.
That's kind of a low number. Because
you mean you're working on getting it a lot higher?
I'm not working on doing that because it just takes time, and it's like
it's such a drag, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's
all of these cracking tits that I've got to massage.
But if they are complaining of pain or complaining of something, then yeah,
you're there in a shop to do it. You're there. Yeah, you're like,
you got to train them so they can do it in the shower.
You go in there with them in the shower.
I don't go into the shower with them. That is a much. Well, I mean, I could offer that service.
You could, yeah. Why not? Why not, Steve?
Really?
No, I wouldn't. No.
You got to stay ahead of the game. This is what's going to set your business apart from others. It's like, in shower servicing.
Well, it's a boutique
experience, yeah,
right? And it starts at a very high.
You should call it a boob-teak experience.
Just the tip.
So yeah, like why not?
But it's important that women take, and men too. I mean, I don't like massage men's boobs like
that. Obviously, you shouldn't. I think that women should do that. Yeah, I think from now on, Steve, I think you should stick just to women's tits.
But men, they need it too. So
they do, but they can find someone else to do that. I think you just need to. I think Kat would be happy knowing that you're not groping a man's breasts.
But what I could do is I could bring her in, and she could also help. Like we could double team. She could do one, I do the other.
What?
Yeah. So you get it
the
done
heck
faster.
is this? This is illegal.
It's not illegal. You're my assistant.
Oh my gosh.
Cat's the assistant.
He's doing it too. He's done thousands.
But there'll be a training period, Kat, where you just need to sit in the chair in the corner and just watch what Steve's doing.
Yes. And
wow.
There's always room for a cuck chair.
Exactly.
They don't really. Do they need to sit? Why not just have them stand? I mean, they're already degraded. Why give them comfort? Just make them stand. Or they could be on their knees.
Okay, stop.
How about that?
She could stand there. Kat could stand there topless with her little tits out, her hand-sized tits out, while Steve's massaging the big, big juicy ones.
There was a doctor that he was looking at something else, and he thought they were fake.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm saying that, like, they're good.
Steve was like, they're not fake. They really are that small.
They're firm.
Yes, they were very hard and high.
Mm-hmm. Are still.
Not quite as hard because I put the progesterone cream.
Yes, but they're still pretty darn firm.
Well, for compared to other people.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, other people? Whew, no.
Cat, we get it. They're as hard as your messed up Jew bread. You could break a table with them.
There's a chick that does that on mine with her boobs.
Oh, yeah. Don't. They should not be doing that. I mean, no. They do say, I mean, it shouldn't cause too much problem. That's still, no, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, very classy. I love how we stayed on topic the whole time.
You do, don't? Oh, that's great. You know,
yeah,
it's great when you stay on topic.
Yes,
you get those hard hitting topics done.
Yes, it's very important. So I need some controversial topics for the weekdays so that we could get monetized eventually someday this year. And I'm trying to do. I find when you talk about other people and put their face in it, people click more. So if there's any YouTubers that get a lot of traction and anything we could say about them.
You want to talk shit about other YouTubers?
Should I put let's I got an idea. We talk shit about a different one of our YouTube friends every day.
Can we start
and tag them? He's not our friend. That's like I would rather talk shit about people I know.
Oh, so
he's not your friend.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna start with Pearl.
No. She scares me.
She is scary.
Yeah, she is scary.
Very tall.
Yeah, she could crush me.
How tall is she?
She's like taller than you.
6 foot.
She's
3,
over
4.
6 feet, right? She's got to be like 6'2", 6'4".
I'm 6'2".
Maybe she's 6'4".
Nah, she can't. When
yes,
you get up
women,
to that size,
women
the
can
head
get tall.
gets a little odd.
That's just your family, by the way.
Head is a little odd.
No, like you can tell when somebody's overly tall.
That's your family.
Like
you need to discuss head size with your family because it's
like
crazy.
shoulders and I don't know.
Okay, so in Steven's family, the men have abnormally large. He's got the most normal and still pretty big. He's got the most normal head of everybody. Tell him how big their heads get.
I don't know. I haven't
like
grabbed
he's
them
part
yet.
Giant.
We're talking about the cranium head?
Yes,
okay.
The head. God.
Are they like what's it called?
They look
Mr.
like
Matthew.
giants.
No. I have a brother that he doesn't have that big of a head.
They have huge heads.
Their other two, yes, they do have.
Which one has this? Don't tell me the name.
The oldest has,
yes.
I would say, the largest.
That's a huge head, and that was the first one to come out of your mom.
That was the first one.
So everybody fell right out.
He plowed the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they were big babies too.
I know, and
your dad loves him.
I never thought about the whole head thing until I was pregnant, and then I couldn't sleep. Remember?
Yes.
I was like, "Oh my God, what did I do?"
Well, you first wanted a C-section, then you said, "No, I don't want a C-section," and then you said, "I want a C-section." It just kept going back and forth.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not squeezing some big head out. No, there's no way. And then the doctor was like, you could die from a C-section, and I'm like, I guess we're blowing it up down there.
I needed a episiotomy. Boy. All one hole.
God. Anyways, MLD doesn't want to come on because I'm bad for his brand or something. And Allie is now trying to distance herself from that stuff. She likes to be with serious people.
Who's Allie?
A real femme sapien. She's more classy. She doesn't like to talk shit. She wants to do classy mom content. I don't think we can handle being classy with her.
No.
She would be so annoyed.
And then you would not be classy just to get the reactions.
No, I would try to be classy.
Oh no, I would definitely try not to be classy.
That's you. You're crazy.
You get a little nervous giggle out of her. What type of bread do you like? Oh,
This chick sounds like one of them liberal white women that we've spoken about.
No, she's just you know, she wants to do like mom stuff. And she got a lot of death threats from doing conservative stuff. Nobody likes that shit. You get
death
tired of
threat.
it. Yeah. You don't think that women... I get death threats all the time. And I only have 8 people who watch me. Imagine.
Is it all 8 or just 1?
Now, why don't you just ask Imperius to stop?
He can't help himself. He cannot help himself. He literally bit the end of his pinky off trying to stop himself from saying something. And it still didn't work.
See, back when I interviewed Real Femme Sapien Allie, I was professional. I was trying to be like a legitimate professional podcaster. And I think I'm going to do some of that sprinkle it on again.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, I'm going to sprinkle that shit back on. But I don't know. It's like really painful after a while to like be serious. You know what I mean?
You can sprinkle in a little bit of...
Because sometimes I would try to sprinkle in personality and they would look at me like I was legit insane.
Because they took you seriously?
Or
Cat
they would
you
just
are.
like, well,
what's the definition? I mean, what is
what is sanity really?
I mean,
what
really
is
it's
that?
A construct.
Is sanity real? Have we seen it? Do we know if it exists?
Is everything around us real? Are we in a simulation? It's possible.
Do we have choice? Didn't somebody like prove that there's no such thing as choice? Everything is predictable based on the stimuli.
That's, yeah, I could agree with that. But then if you're not aware, actually, they can still train you to have specific responses based on, even if you know what's going on, they still can train you to do it. Like a placebo, for instance. You can give someone a placebo drug, tell them it's placebo, and it'll still work as a placebo.
That's how dumb people are. It's tragic.
Now, placebo doesn't work on absolutely everyone. Just like hypnotism doesn't work on.
It doesn't work on me. Tell them why hypnotism doesn't work on me.
Because you don't have a brain.
Shut up. No.
She was knocked in the head.
No,
too
tell
hard.
them the real reason.
You don't respect anyone.
Exactly. That's the only reason, because I have no respect for anyone.
I did take a hypnotism course, and she had mentioned that, well, if you want her to get hypnotized, she will have to...
She needs to find the one person on earth she respects more than herself.
Like someone that is PhD,
like,
this or that.
I don't even respect degrees. What are you talking about? I don't
degrees.
respect anything.
I don't know if there's anyone that could...
There's like literally no one that I think is like an authority of anything. I'm like, maybe 2% of something, but
But even the things that,
Yeah, and because science always changes, I'm supposed to like think you're an expert because you learned something that's changed now.
You're supposed to think he's an expert because he's handled 200 tits.
Oh, shut up. Well, now he found out that you're not supposed to touch titties, right?
No, you can touch them.
Oh my
God!
He's still going to touch plenty more. He still said he's going to touch plenty more, Cat.
You have to test the theory too. You have to, somebody says something, then you say, well, I don't believe that. I'm going to see if it's true or not.
Yeah, that's true. We should do that.
What? Massage titties to see if they fall off? Actually, manipulation
200 pairs.
200 singles. 200 singles.
And that's a low number. It could be more.
But he's working on getting the number a lot higher. Cat's delighted.
It's not a life goal. It's not. And I've been lagging in the past few years.
So what are your life goals?
Don't lag.
lag.
That's his life goal. He doesn't want to be lagging or they'll be sagging. So he needs to keep on with the game.
Yeah.
Keep on with that titty hustle.
And anytime you manipulate that tissue, it's going to
Grow?
stimulate collagen and elastin to help the...
And yet you don't massage mine.
I massage them at certain points.
So you mow everybody's lawn but your own.
I told you, I don't spend time on that on my patients any longer. I don't like, I just want to get them in and out as quickly as possible. They've got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do.
Pop in, hop on the table, quick fondle.
It's because these are older patients too. Just be honest.
They're all across.
There's younger ones too. That's what he's saying.
And yeah.
This is amazing. Oh, this is the best family therapy session.
Beautiful.
You need to support him, Kat. You're his wife. Support him in his endeavor to raise the number of titties that he's going to massage.
So you have to ask your friends.
Yeah, because I need you to massage all my friends' pubes too.
And then when he comes home, you need to give him like a backdrop and be like, "How was your day, babe? Tell me."
Actually,
working hard.
I have massaged one of your friends' tits.
Yes, you have massaged their boobs.
Like they
don't say who they are, but yes.
A few of them have said like I have this lump or it hurts, so then I have to teach them.
So he like rips their boob out and starts massaging it.
They take it out. And then
actually you put your hand in their shirt.
No, they said it's here, and I said it's so then I feel for and I check.
They just unbuttoned and whipped them both out for him.
And then I said, "You want me to show you?" I said, "Yeah." So I tried to show him myself. I'm like, you need to. Okay, you're doing it wrong. Here, let me show you. You get from behind.
Yeah. So then he goes behind them and like juggles them. He's like, "This is how you're supposed to get it done."
Like, this is how we do it.
Tug on the, and then everything.
See, you should do a class teaching the boys how to massage pubes so they have like an excuse.
Actually,
make a course. Make a course and we'll sell classes and like a certificate. Oh my God. Make it certified? Like make it a real, like legitimate profession.
I think they do have I think they do. Do they have that?
They don't. You could be the first.
There are people that specialize in breast massage. They're not over here.
I know, but you could totally make the class, make the course, sell the course, show people.
I've taken courses where, I've taken courses
on just pube massage.
Yes, on just boob massage.
So you could do those courses too.
Yeah, I've compiled a lot
all
of data.
Pubes all the time.
And there's like gua sha of the breast. There's cupping, very light. Don't leave marks. Very light, just to move the lymphatics. Light gua sha, not hard. You're not leaving marks. Lymphatic drainage, and then.
Oh my God! What are you talking about? Stop.
When they breathe deeply.
You guys are such weirdos. Stop.
Usually they're going, "Oh yes, no."
They're just pretending not to enjoy it to look professional.
I don't actually, and it's weird. I don't enjoy it. It's not. I don't go there. You can't let yourself go there. It's not. You cannot do that. The touch changes. No, you can't.
That's why you hate massaging me.
Well, when I massage you, I also cannot go there because.
What a waste.
Trained
what
to
a
not
waste.
go there.
That is so
sad.
I
automatically shut off.
I would say the same thing if I was sitting next to my wife.
This is also true. No, but you can't. Can you imagine like you're walking around? No.
And then you turn around from the table and like kick him, knock him in the face with it. It's like, oops, excuse me. Oh gosh.
I'm so sorry. I knocked your arm off the table.
So back to when you were massaging Kat's friend's boobs.
Oh God.
Yeah, they had problems. They were
They
asking.
still didn't go to the doctor about that.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Of course.
Stupid as hell. Some people, they never want to know if something's wrong for real.
One of them had discharge.
Yeah.
If you ever have discharge, you have to get that checked.
You run.
I have another patient. She had discharge. She went to a breast specialist. Breast specialist said, no, discharge is fine. Said, no, it's not fine, especially if it's just one breast, and that breast happens to be slightly larger than the other, slightly warmer than the other, and it's also pulling off to the side. All these hallmarks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she didn't have the other things, yes, but it could be starting of something. No, there should be no.
And the other one had like the, what's it called? The skin, the
it was
orange
starting to become
peel,
orange peel
grapefruit
skin.
skin, whatever you call it.
Yeah, where it looks like it's
Like-
looks like orange peel.
Yeah. Just in a spot.
Yeah,
Like
and that's
sucking
like
in.
another big thing.
And they're like, no, I
pay
think I'm just
attention
going to
to.
ignore it for the rest of my life.
You don't have to get your boobs squished. You could just get a breast thermography and a sonogram.
Oh, do you want to do a whole series on just like a whole episode just on boobs?
I think we just covered all of it.
I know, but we need to do like a its own thumbnail.
Are we going to have a model?
Yes, Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney is going to come.
No, she's just gonna AI on the thumbnail.
No, I need to hold and show how to hold
Oh
it.
my gosh. Well, I will put on like a boob thing on top of myself, and you could fondle the
There's gonna
fake
be
boobs.
so much. Imperius is gonna lose it.
Somebody will get it like
Put me on. Come on, guys. I need to be on.
I'll just wear fake boobs over my boobs.
No.
Or you could bring in some of your clients and just have Kat sit on the cuck chair while you're working on your
We could
clients.
get really uncomfortable.
Oh,
have
God.
a fat dude come in.
Oh, that's
with
classy.
Hairy boobs. And then I show all the it's the same movements. I mean, it's not any different.
You
Damon,
just got to
would you like
remember
to
to
model?
be professional. You need to be professional, Steve. That's the thing you've got to remember. You can't get hard while you're feeding his boobs.
Yeah. You can't use that.
We can
to
use the
hold up a
cats.
towel.
I'll strap fake boobs to them, and you can do it. Like,
She's getting a little frisky.
and then somebody's like, call PETA.
Or you get cat boobs, where it's like the 6 of them. And
Yeah.
you do each one.
Oh my gosh. No, just do the top 2.
Just a
Those are the important ones.
Okay, people, ignore all the other ones, all the other 4. We're going to do the top 2.
I feel like, have you ever massaged my sister's boobs?
No, I have not.
Oh. Why? It's the only one we know that you haven't. That's so
It hasn't
amazing.
come up in conversation for some odd
She's
reason.
never gone, ow, my boob hurts. Well, I'm here. Don't worry. Say no
Cat,
more.
move aside. I got this.
Just going to make you a little cape with boobs on it. Okay, we have another vote for Vicky. Anyways,
How is your sister now? Anyway, she married already.
yes.
She's married?
Yeah, to some Peruvian guy. He is well off. He's good looking.
Is he really Peruvian or like?
I don't know. He
Spanish
looks like a Spaniardish person.
Because he doesn't look like the short mountain. People.
No, he looks mixed. But anyways, he is a good-looking guy. I don't see any problems. He's got a really nice place. She showed. Did you see?
I saw a little bit.
Yeah, very nice place, and he decorated it. And I'm like, that's pretty good.
It's gay.
Quiet. You have to always throw something in there, mister. I had a mattress on the floor. It was fine. And
What?
you had a crate raising your TV.
I was slowly buying really good furniture, and that was before
You knew
I
what
found
furniture
out-
was.
No, that was before I found out about Restoration Hardware. If I would have found that place, it would have furnished everything immediately.
I feel like I brought taste and
He had
class.
to. He had to massage a lot of penises before he started massaging boobs to afford everything you have now.
Yeah, but they sometimes those penises pay more.
Yeah. Sometimes they want to massage yours.
I've had offers.
Cat was saying, Cat was like, how much did he offer?
They just offered it up. I don't know what the price would have been.
What?
Didn't get that far.
What?
When they were harassing me.
For what?
For me to go and do stuff to them.
Oh, okay. Classy. Oh, did you tell him about how some dude tried to get a happy ending?
There's many that tried to do that.
Tell them about your trauma. Just tell them about your trauma.
Well, I work for...
No, Steve, don't fall for it. Look what she's trying to do. Tell us more about the boobs that you're massaging.
They had boobs too.
See, she wants to hear the stories that she likes. No. No, Cat.
You can only talk about massaging boobs for so long, Damon.
Nobody wants to hear the stories that make you happy, Cat.
God.
Steve is living his best life. And we need to talk more about that. We need to talk about how to get his numbers up.
Well,
we need to get it from 200 singles to 200 pairs.
Do I want to?
You do, Steve.
Well,
I mean, there's only so much.
There's only so many bubes.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. Cat's here.
But there are a lot of women that they don't know how to
go on.
They don't know how to care for them.
They don't know how to look after them. So it's good that you're here to appreciate it.
What'd she say?
Steve's like Batman, but looking out for breasts instead of Gotham City.
And there's a boob light.
One of my fish jumped out, and apparently one of the cats is trying to eat it. Hold on. Entertain them for a second. Actually, let's end the show so I can see my fish's life.
Off the rails.
Wow.
And I don't know what you guys are going to talk about.
Let us know. Let us know if it's been saved. Cat, run. Let us know if it's been saved. Go.
Okay, now that she's out of the
Don't say anything weird.
Now you can tell us the truth, Steve. You love it, don't you?
What are we going to talk about while she's gone?
You love it. You love it. Tell us how much you love it now that she's out of the picture.
Well, when you get enough lube, it actually makes these noises when you go in between, and it sometimes things you get them to fly back and forth. You can actually get them to do like a figure 8. You do a nice jostle. That's nice. But
it's like you're DJing on tits.
Yeah, and then you gotta make sure you yank on. This is purely therapeutic because there are connective tissue that goes deep into the tissue, so you have to yank on the end. Yeah, it's important to do that. Don't forget to do that.
Well, the end of your dick, your connective tissue.
Well, no. You want to keep that out of the picture. You do not want to have that involved because they'll just get in the way. And then how do you get up? Yeah, it's just no.
No, they can do that for you while you're just
because that would actually contract musculature. You want it nice and relaxed in that area.
Ah, right, okay.
So you want them to be just laying there still, making a few noises. Asking that is that pressure
harder, Daddy,
for you? Yeah, but it's important that it's taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
And guys, you gotta if you want those titties to be held up longer, you've got to pay attention to them. Any manipulation of that tissue is going to help it. And it'll help prevent cancer as well. So anytime you manipulate that tissue, they've done studies on this. And I'm sure the scientists were absolutely ecstatic about doing these studies where they manipulated breast tissue and they found that actually cancerous cells switched over to non-cancerous cells. So that's why it's
Massage
important.
the big C away. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not the end all be all. I mean, if you do have that diagnosis, you do need to, see an oncologist. Be careful with it. Follow up with it. It's not completely necessary, but you should always have someone checking on you.
There you go.
What was
There
that
you go.
supplement that turns into what? Supplement that NAD. So they use NMN to create NAD. It's like 1 or 2 steps away from NAD. It's a cheaper way to do it. NAD is not particularly stable. So they use NMN.
What the heck are you talking about?
So somebody asked about the supplement that NMN turns into in the body.
We were just talking professional stuff.
Yeah, we only
Real
stayed
sensible.
very professional the entire time.
The fish is dead.
Did you feed it to the cats?
No, I fed it to the other fish.
What?
What do you mean, what? It's a circle of life. Why are you guys confused?
Nads.
So how did it die? By jumping out of the...
It jumped out and nobody noticed it until it dried out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a great parent, Kat.
Well, we put a roof over it, but like the edges kind of warped up. So like there's really no way to flatten the roof.
There's a weird sound coming from my wall. Never mind.
What the heck?
She's lost it. It was the closet.
Oh, it's that creature. We need to throw that out.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Okay, so there's a creature in because we get a lot of stuff from Amazon, and in the Amazon warehouse, there's these Chinese wood bugs that like infested a lot of the the cheap shitty furniture.
Yeah.
So what happens is at nighttime they start eating like inside the cheap wood, right? So you would just hear like crunching and chewing.
You need to oil up the closet. Oh, it was creaking.
Oh, whatever. Still, that creature is a thing. So it's a bug. One time I got like a shoe rack, and at nighttime I heard the like loud scratching and chewing, and we just threw the whole thing outside.
From Kentucky.
Yeah.
Not fumigated.
But I think it happens in the warehouse at Amazon. Very interesting.
Great.
Yeah, awesome. So that's it for today, guys. I know we didn't stay on topic the entire time, but
not surprising. Just it's not surprising at all.
But what do you expect?
Professionalism.
Yeah, this is
hard-hitting topics.
This is professionals at work doing professional. Look, during the week, I do more on-topic stuff. This is Saturday. The end. All right, guys. So I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.
Adios.
Take care.
The carbon they want to reduce is you and everyone you love. Stop acting like you have no clue. Pretend